Good morning, everyone. Mic test one, two. Good morning. All right, it's 9:57 in Malaysia time now. We will start in about 5 minutes. Yeah, everyone get ready. Thank you very much.
Lovely, clear, loud and clear. So hi again, everyone. It's 10 already, 10, 2 minutes. So we'll wait until 5 minutes for more people to come to enter the room. So now we have like 85 attendees, I think including the speakers, I mean the presenters. 86 now, 87 more to come. So I just want to check group 7. Group 7, are you here? Group 7.
Yes, we are, Mr.
Yes, we are here.
Okay. How about group 8? Group 8.
Yes, we are. Yeah.
Okay, okay, great, great. How about group 9? Group 9, you guys here? Group 9.
Yeah, we are here.
Okay, good, good. Group 10, are you here? 10, group 10, Vinota Verankan, Satashini Sundar, Satashini Sundar Siti Nurhalimah, group 10. Are you here? Group 10, Anggun Nur Fitriani Handoko.
Yeah, we are here.
Okay, good, great. Group 11, Nurin Diana Zakaria, Siti Nur Aisyah, Muhammad Farisan, Sarah Ferdausi, group 11. Are you here? Group 11, Muhammad Adi Utama, Rizka Emilia.
Yes, we are here. Yeah.
All right, great, good. How about group 12? Group 12, Rozaini Muhammad Wahizas.
Yeah, we are here.
Okay, thank you for all the groups. So before we proceed, please check your names. So you have to put UniMAP or ITS in front of your names, like ITS Anggun or ITS Yuda. Yeah, please. Otherwise, we will remove those who are not put the university's name in front of their names. Thank you. So before we proceed, let's have two more minutes. People keep coming. Now we have 107 participants. All right. All right. Now it's like 10 a.m. in the morning in Malaysia time. So let's proceed with our programs. We start. Assalamualaikum, selamat pagi, and a very pleasant morning to everyone present. Before we start, I would like to apologize for Madam Wan Andriana, our moderator, because she unable to attend this beautiful meeting due to unforeseen circumstances. So, as such, my name is Muhammad Khairi bin Johari from Center for International Engagement, UniMAP. I will be your moderator for today's meeting. Yang berusaha Associate Professor Dr. Tunku Sarha Tunku Ahmad, Director Center for International Engagement, UniMAP. Yang berusaha Associate Professor Dr. Maria Anitya Sari, Director of ITS Global Engagement, Senior Officers of UniMAP and ITS, members of the committee for today's meeting, staff and students from UniMAP and ITS. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Center for International Engagement, in short CIE, of UniMAP, I proudly welcome all of you to the 5th meeting of Teen Ideas Virtual Mobility Program, Designing and Executing Post-COVID-19 Adaptation Ideas within the Varsity campus, which are jointly organized by the ITS Global Engagement, Institut Teknologi, Sepuluh Nopember, Surabaya, and the Center for International Engagement, Universiti Malaysia Perlis. So before we proceed with the group presentations, please allow me to brief you on the program agenda. So we will have 3 groups, which is group 7, 8, and 9. So each group will be given 25 minutes to present on the topic given. And after that, there will be a 5 minutes break after all the presentations. Then we will proceed with the Q&A by the reviewer. After the Q&A question and session answer session by the reviewer, by our 6th reviewer, we will have 60 minutes Q&A by the audience. So if you have any questions, the audience, please leave your questions in the chat box. Your questions will be displayed during the Q&A sessions, and our presenters will answer your questions. After the Q&A by the audience, we will listen to the overall comment by the reviewer, a representative from UniMAP and ITS before the closing remark by the host university. Last but not least, please be reminded that an online attendance links will be provided at the end of the meeting. and e-certificates will be provided to the attendees who fill up the attendance forms. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, please allow me to introduce our evaluation panels from UniMAP. Dr. Muhammad Faiz Muhammad Shahimin, Senior Lecturer, Faculty of Chemical Engineering Technology. If you want to say hi, Dr. Muhammad Faiz.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, yeah, okay, Dr. Muhammad Faiz, thank you. And second is Dr. Lim Chi Chin, Senior Lecturer, Faculty of Mechanical Engineering Technology. Hello, Doctor.
Hello, good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Doctor. And Mr. Muhammad Safizat Abdullah, Lecturer, School of Business Innovation and Technopreneurship. How are you, sir? Mr. Safizat? All right. Okay. And then we have from ITS, Ms. Nurina Okta Darmawati, Lecturer of Visual Communications, Design Department. Hello, Ms. Nurina.
Hello, everyone. Nice to meet you.
Hello. All right. Thank you. Dr. Chandra Irawan, Lecturer at
hello.
Civil Engineering Department. Yes, how are you, Doctor?
Okay, hello everyone.
Hello.
Assalamualaikum.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And last but not least, we have Mr. Mavindra Ramadani, Lecturer at Material Engineering Department. I hope I spelled your name right, Mr. Mavindra.
Thank you. Hello, good morning everyone. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Good morning. Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, without further ado, let us welcome Group 7 to start their presentation on the topic designing and executing post-COVID-19 adaptation ideas within the Varsity campus. So Group 7 is Ahmad Amar bin Muhammad, Nur Fahada, Nur Ashikin Roslan, Hani Nati Kirana, Irma Novianti, and Hans Dimitri. So Group 7, you may start now.
Okay, first of all, thank you so much, Mr. Hoyery, for the explanation. We couldn't ask for a better encapsulation about what we're gonna do today. So the topic for today is designing and executing post-COVID-19 adaptation ideas within Varsity campus. Now, this may seem complicated, but I will translate it for you. It simply means imagine our future, go wild, but be restricted because, you know, COVID-19 might still be around. So this is our group. Let's meet our team. We have Ashikin. Hi, Ashikin, from UniMAP. And we have Irma from ITS. We are gonna do the introduction in different languages. So traditional languages, the Malaysian language, the traditional Malaysian languages, the native Malaysian languages performed by Indonesian, and the other way around. I'll start off by saying, nama koe Hanin.
Nami abdi teh Amar.
Nami koe Fahada.
Continue.
Well, okay. So this is the outline for our presentation. This is the framework that we are trying to frame during our presentation. The first we have introduction. Second, we have impact of COVID-19, adaptation done by stakeholders, the novel ideas, major concern regarding the novel ideas, and then conclusion and recommendation. So I'll start off the presentation with introduction. Well, the word post-COVID-19 is, the task is that we are told to imagine the post-COVID future for higher education. But when is post-pandemic, when is the pandemic over? What we learn from the history is that when the infection is mostly contained and the rates of transmission drop significantly, the World Health Organization will likely to declare a pandemic is over. It's also important to turn our head into what global thinkers think, because they are future-oriented thinkers. So the New York Times asked the global thinkers what they think about post-COVID-19 world. So one of the one that Stephen M. Walt said is, COVID-19 will create a world that is less open, less prosperous, and less free. It is important to acknowledge that the world is never going to be the same again after COVID-19. But we're trying to focus on the university future, right? The university future after COVID-19. So these are the three forecasts according to Alexander Hotz. The first forecast is post-COVID campus, which means COVID-19 will still be around and we will have online classes for a long time. And the second forecast is that the COVID falls relatively quickly, the COVID fizzles out, and we won't have online classes anymore. And the third forecast is the toggle term, where universities would switch between online and offline classes. The second and third forecast requires us, actually no, the three of them requires us to follow the protocols of the new normal era. Pass to the Mr. President, Amar.
Thank you, Hanin. Okay. So what are we gonna talk here now is the impact of COVID-19 in this post-pandemic time. Okay, here, so who does it affected to? Here is the list of it. As you see, it's all affected the person inside the university itself, students, student organization, administration, academic staff, non-academic staff, F&B providers, and contract workers. Okay, next. So so now we are looking with what happened with the implementation of the online study itself. We found out that some of the students are having a lot of problems. They said that the condition itself are not favorable to do an online study. Some is like no internet connection and financial problem, and we have seen a lot of that happen throughout the days during the quarantine time. And then we can also see like the unavailability to access the laboratory for the technical student, which is we know that UniMAP and ITS itself is a technical university. So this is a very essential, especially to the final year student. They have to access the lab. And then we can see for the academic staff, we see that they have the terms of an old schools like that. So some of them are still unable to adapt to the change of virtual learning. The users of Google Meet and Zoom, they are still using the old means using through chat groups, WhatsApp groups like that. Okay, next. And then talking about student clubs and organization, we know that the student clubs and organization, they have their own plan throughout the session, and readjustment is needed because of their plan, because a lot of their programs are cancelled and or postponement occurs. So of course, when the cancellation and postponement of programs occurs, there will be like financial problems because like when a cancellation of program occurs, they involved about the fees of the program, they must have a refund happens. And then we can also see like student, the very biggest things is students are not interested in online event. Well, of course, they are interested in online only for gaming, but in this case, not many of it are interested in this. Okay, next. Okay, we are going to see about the fresh graduate. Of course, we know like all the graduation ceremony have to be postponed or canceled. So they can even have a proper graduation. Means like they don't have appreciation to them for finishing their studies. And of course, the biggest concern is about how about their job opportunities itself. We know even if in Malaysia things are getting better, but yeah, yesterday things are not getting better. because a lot of cases happen. But this will affect their job opportunities because company will not hiring a lot of their workers. And same issues happen with the student who about to undergoes internship because not a lot of company is accepting student to undergo their internship with the same reason as they are not accepting workers, the fresh graduates. Okay, next. Okay, now we're going to take to look at another aspect. We know that the food and beverage providers, F&B providers inside the campus are losing their job also because of the financial problems. And we can see that even like the contract workers, such as the cleaners, are facing more regulation just to enter the campus because they don't have a legit university ID itself. Means like there's a difference between university staff and non-university staff itself. And then we know that looking at the student inside the campus, they don't have good mobility to go in or outside of campus itself. We know if in UniMAP itself, the mobility itself is like very important because not all of things cannot be buy inside the campus. Okay, next. Okay, this is what we got from our questionnaire. You can see like a lot of them have concern about the COVID-19, what will happen to them, especially involved for the qualities. Okay, you can read that itself, and then I can pass it to my friend. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, hello, good morning. So for my part, I will talk about the adaptation. So the adaptation that we have been discussed is I already classified to each categories. So for the first category is student. So we all know that students are confined to online studies. So no matter how the constraint about the online study, they have to stay it. So next is they return to their college to have some online classes. So they have to sacrifice their time at home so they return to their college to have a semi-online classes, and then they undergo the internship under the faculty or department inside the university. So like you all know, most of third year students in university in UniMAP are having their internship, but currently they are having a pandemic situation. So most of them are going internship under the faculty inside the UniMAP itself. So next, the government. So the government is giving free data to each student during class hours. So like we all, in Malaysia, that what our government have done, they do giving free data about 1 gig per each day from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. So that also create awareness to everyone to stay at home, and mask and social distance mandatory. So like we all know, they deducted a fine to any people who doesn't obey this rule. So we also know that work plans of student organization were replaced by a fundraiser aimed at victims who needed help. So in this pandemic situation, we all know that most of the family are having financial issue. So work plans of student organization are doing some charity work, giving help to students who need it. So next is a food and beverages providers. So most of food and beverage providers are the most affected one due to this COVID-19. So most of them are big online seller with more general target market selling on in their area of living. So they still survive by doing online marketing. Okay, next. So like we all know, university and campus are the most affected one due to this COVID-19. So university are held online lectures during COVID-19 pandemic to continue online learning studies. In addition, they also have cut tuition fees for a certain group. Like we all know, what is the most affected is financial issue among us. So by cut the tuition fee could be maybe less a burden to some family that having a financial issue. So next is provide bus at particular time to ascertain places. So like Amal just mentioned just now, mobility in university is the most essential one because we need to go to like library to buy food, to buy our necessary, and that's why we need mobility in our university. So next is management also encourage all society to do online program. So we all know that university are still doing the such a program by doing it online. Like right now we are having our virtual online on virtual online. Okay, next is lecturers. So lecturers, they are the one who being prepare the online materials for students who are confront online study, and they are being flexible handle online classes. So and then they are also surveying each student that having problem with internet connection and giving them choice to either postpone the semester. So like we all know, some students are having a very serious internet connection problem. So lecturers are giving them a choice to either postpone the semester and do it in a short term. Okay, next, ITS allow the internship is replaced by joining lecturer current project. So like we all know, our lecturer is having a project during semester break. So currently, students are bringing their assistant to accomplish their internship. That's all from me. So I pass to the next team.
Hi everyone, my name is Irma, and now I will present you the novel ideas that we recommend for the post-COVID-19 era. The first one is blended learning. Blended learning is a learning method that integrates physical and virtual components as a strategies for higher education. This definition was defined by Cabral, Towers, Smith, and Byrne in 2006. This trend is intensified as the 2010 research showed that while online students perform a little better than face-to-face students in courses that blended online and face-to-face component did much better than its right online course. Next. And now we're going to talk about why we are choosing blended learning as our recommendation. The first one is we know that online technologies promise the increased access to underserved students who may have limited access to on-campus only higher education. The second is, as the 2010 study in the US showed that students with low socioeconomic is more likely to not continue their higher degree. So online course offers students a greater range of affordance that enhance the learning experience beyond that of neither online or face-to-face modes alone. The third is the increasing availability of distance education has provided educational opportunities to millions. And the last is blended environment increases student choice, and this can lead to improved learning. Next. And now, who are the blended learning subjected to? This we have three categories that the university may consider to consider who are the students that may go to campus for offline courses as a part of blended learning itself. The first one is student financial condition. We know that not all the students have the opportunity of internet access. Either they can afford it or the location where they live just can't support it. So this student-based background may go to campus for having the offline course. The second is non-substitutional academic activity. As my friend said before that many student academic activity that can be replaced by another activity such as laboratory experiment or just student internship. And the last one is student willingness, but this is optional too. Next. And we also have the questionnaire that we shared to students. We have the respondents of 63% IT student and the rest is UniMAP students. We are asking them what are the learning methods they prefer. And 68% of them, they choose blended learning either than online learning. Next. We're also asking why they have this tendency of choosing the blended learning. And they're saying that some subjects need a hands-on experience and cannot fully learn by watching videos. Also, they said that semi-online learning will increase the productivity. And they also say that direct interaction is still needed to maximize the learning process because they feel like with student and lecturer in the classes, it will increase the emotional feeling between them. Also, they say that online learning is like learning by themselves because lecturer keep giving them assignment after another assignment. And also the last one, they say that they need to be guided during the process of their study. Next.
Okay. We present you our next novel ideas. It's called Sarwapalaka. So this is an online-based application that helps students to be ready for semi-online lectures. Sarwapalaka itself comes from the Sanskrit language, which means the protector. So it because that this application is secondary health protection. Um, After the primary protection like mask and also face shield. This application is a complement to self-protection against potential COVID-19 in the surrounding environment. Okay, next, we can see our highlight of our application. Okay, thank you. So I will explain about the main features of Sarwapalaka itself. The first one is location tracker. This feature will monitor users so they don't go to the areas that are potentially exposed to the COVID-19 virus. And the next is information about COVID-19. This feature will provide a factual explanation to users so they don't become victims of hoaxes. And then digital hacker. This feature will help users when they are experiencing health problems. And the last thing is news. This feature is important too, I think, that will provide the latest factual national and international news related to the development of COVID-19 itself. Okay, next. We're talking about the location tracker. We have QR code scanner. This QR code will provide a history of the places we have visited. In addition, this is useful as class attendance in order to reduce physical touch and information on areas exposed to COVID-19 with the number of positive victims recovered and died. And then we have security service to prevent unwanted things from happening due to leaking of information regarding the user's location. And last is real-time detailed personal location that prevent the spread of COVID-19 within a radius around 1 until 2 meters. This feature will sound a notification when a COVID-19 threat is detected. Okay, next. The next is information about COVID-19, like general definition and frequently asked questions because many people are still confused about COVID-19. So we provide them the opportunity to ask whatever they want to know about COVID-19 itself. And then the last thing is how to prevent COVID-19 and its symptoms. Okay, next. The third feature is news. This feature contains the latest news of COVID-19 itself, which is factual from trusted sources. Next. Okay, the last feature of this application is digital health care. First, we have temperature check. This feature will provide data updates regarding the symptoms of COVID-19 through body temperature. And then hotline call for emergency health-related situations. And adjustable rapid test booking to prevent queues that pose a risk of spreading COVID-19. And then online health consultation. And the last is map of the location of the nearest hospital. Okay, next.
Okay, group 7, 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes.
The following is the data on their willingness to use this application, as well as data on similarities of this application with other applicants. Okay, next. hear some opinion for other students. Okay, next. We're going to the next section.
I will be continue with the major concern regarding to the novel idea presented by Irma. So every effort we did, there must be the consequence or potential risk that might be caused by the ideas in order to improve the every weakness it has. So the first point is from the ideas of Sarwa Palaka apps, we expect that user might be feel not secure with the data access that let their location be tracked. They also might be worried about the transparency of their private data being exposed to the wrong person. This is important for us to look forward or the safety of the user. So the app's features will be explained, which is the button that link to the security service. So the point is how both campus and students manage to do the semi-online learning, or how effective and prepared they are. They always be the issues when students need to adapt this new norm of learning. So the recommendation from both parties are important to be accompanied, and we suggest to do a questionnaire among the student and campus about the readiness to conduct the semi-online learning. So next. So number 3 is about there will be students who fear who not comply with the COVID-19 protocol, which can contribute to the virus spreadness. Campus need to use to control the apps real time as well as controlling the people visiting them and give warning. Next. From the teacher point of view, they found the teacher that have left positive reflect the learning benefit of the online content, online learning component. So how do we overcome it is teacher need to view online technologies being mainly to access the information delivery efficiency rather than to support students' learning experience. Regarding to the double workload of blended learning, the faculty is responsible to arrange the schedule. Next.
I would like to conclude this presentation by sharing you. I would like to conclude briefly by sharing this quote. If the pandemic shocks us into recognizing our real interest in cooperating multilaterally on the big global issues facing us, it will serve a great purpose. It was by Shivskan Karmenor and it was posted on the New York Times. I think it shows that even though we are in trying times during pandemic and the post-pandemic will be also a trying time for us, there will always be good come out of it. We can search for the positive possibilities. Just for quick example is this Teen Idea program, which is why we are going to acknowledge ITS Global Engagement and UniMAP who have made the program possible. Mr. Wahyu, Ms. Desi, Mr. Arthur, and the volunteers from ITS Global Engagement, all the students of ITS and UniMAP who had helped us with our online survey, and all the audiences with their wonderful remarks. We're going to say our group name first before we close our presentation, okay? So group 7, let's unmute yourselves. Okay, 1, 2, 3. High five. Okay, thank you. That's all from group 7.
All right. Thank you, group 7. High five.
Yeah.
Oh, should I call Sarwa Palaka? Huh? Sarwa Palaka team. Nice name. Nice apps. Okay. Big applause to group 7. Okay, group 7. Thank you for such an insightful presentations. So now, please allow me to welcome group 8. Group 8 is Ravina Pupalan, Muhammad Ashikul Islam, Iman Kulen Cornelius Anwar Abdullah Mekafi, Aulia Haris Rahmasari, Zulfahmi Hawali, and Rohainatun Nafia. So group 8, please proceed with your presentation.
Can we start now, sir?
Yes, please welcome.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and very good morning, everyone. Thank you to the moderator and to the fellow guests. So we are from group 8, and we will be presenting about the design and executing post-COVID-19 adaptation ideas within the Varsity campus. So first of all, I would like to introduce our team members. So we will show you a short video for our introduction in our mother language. So let's play the video.
Salam sejahtera, nama saya Ravina dan saya belajar di Universiti Malaysia Perlis dalam jurusan Perniagaan Antarabangsa di Pusat Pengajian Inovasi Perniagaan dan Tekno Usahawan. Saya berasal dari Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia dan hobi saya adalah menari.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh dan selamat pagi semua. Nama saya Iman Kalen.
Saya
belajar di Universiti Malaysia Perlis. Jurusan saya ialah perniagaan antarabangsa. Saya berasal daripada Kuala Terengganu, Malaysia. Dan hobi saya ialah bermain video games.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Halo teman-teman semua, perkenalkan saya Royhanatun Nafia, bisa dipanggil Nafi. Saya dari Departemen Teknik dan Sistem Industri Institut Teknologi 10 November Surabaya. Asal saya dari Jepara, Jawa Tengah. Hobi saya bersepeda dan membaca buku.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat pagi semua. Perkenalkan, nama saya Aulia Haris dari Departemen Statistika Institut Teknologi 10 November. Saya berasal dari Sidoarjo dan hobi saya adalah membaca novel dan mendengarkan lagu.
সবুজে শ্যামলে ভরা আমার বাংলাদেশ। আমি একজন বাংলাদেশী। আমার নাম মোহাম্মদ আশিকুল ইসলাম। ইউনিভার্সিটি মালয়েশিয়া পার্লিসে মেকানিক্যাল ইঞ্জিনিয়ারিং এর ৪র্থ বর্ষে অধ্যয়ন।
Assalamualaikum. আমার নাম Zulfahmi Hawali. আমি akjon Indonesian. Ami Institut Teknologi 10 November Surabaya TG. Chemical Engineering Importiona Kortse. Anejong Titio Botse Student. Avung Amar Prio Kila Badminton. Sungguh ciptaan Tuhan.
Mentari merah di waktu senja.
Salam sejahtera, saya ucapkan.
Sebagai tanda pembuka bicara.
2, 3, anak ayam.
Menari-nari di atas lapang.
Hari Rabu, mari ramaikan
Teen Ideas oleh grup 8.
So that is our introduction of our group members. So next, I would like to say about the presentation outline. So first of all, we have the introduction and background, impact of COVID-19 pandemic onto the stakeholders within the varsity, adaptation by these stakeholders to survive and thrive, novel ideas on new adaptation that could be done in the current situation, major concern of the novel ideas and how to overcome it, conclusion and recommendations, and lastly, the acknowledgement. Next slide. So for the background of the presentation, I would like to present about the worldwide case. So I took this data on the 1st September. So the current coronavirus cases on the 1st September is 25 million cases, and deaths are 855,000 cases, but most of the cases are the recovered cases, which is 17 million cases. And then under that is the total cases COVID-19 from Indonesia and Malaysia. The first box under there is the from Indonesia, which is 177,000 confirmed cases, and under that is the Malaysian cases, which is 9,354 cases. Next slide. So there are a few actions that the government of Indonesia and Malaysia did. So first of all, there are regulations that were made by these governments. And the first regulation is about the curriculum guidelines made by the Ministry of Education of Indonesia. And then the regulation about the guideline to conduct a lecture during COVID-19. Then next, regulation about the funding aid that were made by the government to help students that were affected by this COVID-19 pandemic. And then next, the movement control order made by the Ministry of Higher Education. And lastly is the regulation for changing usage patterns influence internet speed for students to use when attending their online classes at home. Next. And then the second government action, they made a lot of standard operating procedures for students to follow. So there are a few SOPs that can be listed here. First of all, that were affected by COVID-19, and then universities and institutes also provided buses for students to go back home to their hometown. And students can go back to their hometown if their hometown is heavily affected by COVID-19. And when students go back to their hometown in their buses, they have to follow social distancing in the bus. So there is we'll pass to the next presenter.
Okay, our next topic is about the impact of COVID-19 pandemic onto the stakeholder within the varsity. A lot of life aspects affected in this COVID-19 pandemic situation. Physical distancing applied in order to reduce human contact and prevent spread of COVID-19 virus. Due to that, currently, most of campus education system shifted into online class and online meeting. To implement that system, government take role in making the regulation about education policy during the emergency situation. Some regulation have been made by the government of Malaysia and Indonesia, as you can see in the slide. This online class system has its lacks and benefits. The benefits are it is convenient and take less time to travel. Distance doesn't matter. We can access the class anywhere and it's flexible. But it has constraints like internet connection and concentration. Internet connection issue often happen and students often get distracted by their environment. This type of education system is a big discovery and can change our future class style. Okay, in this pandemic situation, we had a lot of time because most of the things held online. We can discover more about ourselves. We got more time to learn soft skill and personal development. There are a lot of things can be learned, but our group had both. Some of the relevant things can be learned in this pandemic situation. Those are critical thinking, emotional intelligence, and adaptability. Adaptation skill is important to survive in this world. We have to adapt in this fast-paced world. And in this COVID situation, if we don't adapt to the online things, we will be left behind. Okay, next slide. Okay, the next impact is we can balance our life of studying and personal development. We have some tips and tricks to balance our life. So there are 7 tips. First is plan ahead. By being organized will make your work easier. Next is stick to the routine. So we have to stick to the schedule we have planned. A schedule creates a boundaries that defines your working day. After that, maximize your outdoor allowance. During the pandemic, our movement is limited. So when we get a chance to go out, we have to maximize that opportunity. So you can do some exercise that can lift your mood and help depression. Then we have to learn to switch off or clear boundaries. In the end of the day, if you haven't finished some work, you have to learn to stop and limit yourself to work because it can make you exhausted and your life not balanced. So the tips is set a timer so you will be organized. Next is make weekend sacred. Weekend is the time to relax and treat yourself. Use your time wisely. Then create a designed workplace. So you can separate between your work space and your home space so that you will be more focused in each things. And last is make a prioritize. Okay, so next, Nafi.
Okay, the next impact of COVID-19 is about lack of employment. Actually, in pandemic era, job hunting is different. A lot of people lost their job. And in Indonesia, Ministry of Manpower of April 2020 and 20 recorded around 2 million workers from around 100,000 companies laid off and affected by termination of employment. And also in Malaysia, based on International Labour Organization, almost 50% of self-employed Malaysians have lost their job to movement control order, while 28% of employers experienced more than 90% drop in their income. Actually, all of this happened because a number of companies experienced a decline in production and even stopped producing. And next. And this is the graph of loss of employment in Indonesia and Malaysia. In Indonesia, many sectors impacted of COVID-19. There are transportation, and then trade, retail, financial, food, marketing, recruiting, and etc. And also in Malaysia, has many drop in 20 and 20. Job losses increased by 42% in Q1 2020. And because of COVID-19 also, which has led to many business experiencing a drop in demand, till 42%. And then only expected to accelerate from April 2020 onward, with job loss increases by 50% to 200% year in 2020. And next. And the last impact of COVID-19 is about mental health depressed. The World Health Organization report, many people were depressed by direct effect and consequence of physical isolation because of no interaction and practice social distancing, while others experience fear of being infected with the coronavirus and losing family members. Meanwhile, the psychiatrist from NYU, Lengan Health, mentioned the smoking rate of people with mental illness is higher around 60 to 70%. It means that some schizophrenic smoke regularly. So the people who smoke has higher impact of COVID-19. And the next presentation will be presented by Asik.
Thank you, Nafi. This slide is about adaptation done by the stakeholders to survive and thrive. In 2020, our conventional education has been shifted to online-based education, and our academic activities during this COVID-19 pandemic, the first step taken by the universities is physical classes and lab sessions, and even meets, and to use online platform for class and lab sessions or even meeting. Some of the commons that have been using are Google Classroom and Zoom all over the world. And for our academic assessments, our has our coursework through online. They're giving us assignments, lab reports. They're taking out quizzes and exams. Next. Next, please. Okay, and our daily life activities on campus during COVID-19 pandemic situations. On-campus stakeholders were not able to move outside the campus during this COVID-19 outbreak. Even every week, we had to go through general medical screening, and our on-campus authority took action to raise awareness and maintain social distance among the students on campus. And even in Malaysia, some of the universities, even UniMAP has used GPS coordinating system in order to get updates of the stakeholders. Stakeholders means here students and the staff of the universities. Next, please. This slide is about novel ideas on new adaptation that could be done in current situation. So the first thing I would like to highlight is orientation of online platforms, because as we have the experience that using online platforms, not only the students but also the lecturers had problem to use it. And the second point is bringing back students on campus. Bringing back students on campus is because they will get better environment to study on campus and better internet connection, because some of the students doesn't have the internet coverage around their areas. And the third point is modular based learning. Instead of having a whole bunch of lectures, we can do a real problematic Q&A learning block to enhance our critical thinking. And active learning. Active learning, that means each class should have contribute some percentage of mark so that the students will be encouraged to join online classes effectively, and they will be focused on their classes. And number 4 is innovation tool to clean up PPE sanitizer. Our personal protective equipment is easy to use and yet virus free. So thank you. That's all about. Next.
Thank you, Ashik. Yeah, thank you, Ashik. So I would continue with the presentation on major concern of the novel ideas and how to overcome them. So the first concern would be on timing. So between physical classes and online classes, students tend to more procrastinate on the online classes. So on ways to overcome them, definitely you need to identify time wasters. So time wasters, one of the time wasters would definitely be browsing the net or also spending too much time in social medias. And the second one would be breaking down responsibilities. Perhaps students should have a schedule for their own timetable for them to manage their time wisely, and enlist help, get help from your friends or even lecturers to perform your task. And also avoid trying to multitask. Focus one task at a time, because multitasking can decrease your productivity. And then the second concern would be on motivation and concentrations. Since sometimes online learning platform may increase the students' tendencies to procrastinate. So one of the ways to overcome them is to show up, like keep attending classes online, log in to revise your course modules, and connect and communicate with your friends and lecturers every day. And then schedule your own study time, manage your time wisely, and also practice positive self-talk to boost your confidence. And then the third concern would be on digital literacy, where it depends on your technical proficiency to handle the online app. So definitely choose a school or a platform that provides access of a full range of support services for you to understand the whole application. Pay attention to the instructors on the lecturers on how to use it, and also be curious always. If you don't understand anything, always ask questions. Next slide. So the fourth concern would be on technical issues. This is one of the major concerns that every student has. So definitely you need a reliable internet connection to conduct online learning platform or to participate, and high quality home service, and also seek help from professional people for technical assistance. Uh, if like students from rural areas who do not have good internet connection, they need to visit a reliable good Wi-Fi connection places like coffee shops or even public libraries. And then the next one is the concern where there's no impact for students using the online learning platform. So this is where the stakeholders have to take responsible to be clear about their online learning goals, and also be wise to choose materials that would actually suit the students and also contribute to the overall goals that have been set by the university, and also set the key performance indicators. And the last concern would be on communication issues, where students tend to less communicate with the lecturers because this is not physical class, it is an online class. So definitely, lecturers should give more personal attentions to weaker students and also organize more interesting platforms like forums, social medias, or even group webinars. Next slide, please. So we had a Q&A session with the stakeholders and we choose 3 questions, the famous ones. And the first one would be, how do you build a virtual community when you cannot meet face to face? And the answers was, they said they cannot just have the lectures. They need to figure out on ways how students can actually participate in the conversation in online learning. So definitely they had students to drop their ideas into the chat box and also vote them. And in this way, they actually got an immediate feedback on how well they can catch up and also understand the online learning. And the next question is the tools used by university to enhance participation in online learning. So definitely small group discussions, virtual breakout rooms, because virtual breakout rooms where you can actually separate into a smaller teams, so it would be easier for the lecturers to handle. And also faculty, they have identified that they need to provide a clear guidance to students for the online learning platform. And then the third question would be, do you find students to be engaging to attend the online learning, and what are the changes that you see within them? So definitely here there are the pros and there are the cons. So some students, they tend to be active uh, in engaging online learning. They attend classes on time, they complete their tasks, whereas there are some who like to delay or who like to skip their classes because this is not a physical classes, this is like online classes. So definitely it's a mixed experience. So moving on, I'll pass it to Aulia. Thank you.
Okay, good. We have 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes.
Yes, and then the last is the conclusion of this presentation. COVID-19 has affected in many aspects like education, economy, industries, and etc. And especially for education, there are some adaptation that has been done by stakeholders, especially for the students and the lecturer, like online class via Zoom or Google Meetings, and virtual meetings, virtual labs, or virtual quizzes. And then beside the some adaptation that has been done, we need some new idea like PPS sterilizer to make our stuff being clean if we want to meet someone else, and then virtual brainstorming session to enhance our critical thinking. Beside that, there are some major concerns that has been faced of novel idea like timing, concentration, lack of motivation, and technical and communication issues. And then the recommendation of this presentation, the first is for online class, we can provide immediate feedback, active chat box, and small group discussion in order to make the students more active. And then for the self-development, we can make a to-do list in a day, so we can set our plan and then pay full attention to the lecture, so we can boost our result. For the mental stability, we can make positive self-talk and keeping communication with other friends and families. And don't forget to do some hobbies in our spare time in order to make our mental being health. And for the last, we would like to express our special thanks for ITS and UniMAP International Office that give us such this wonderful chance to follow these programs. And then for our team, Group 8, that has been worked hard to make this project come true. And then for all the participants and the audience of the ideas that has been actively participate. And this is our references. And thank you. We want to give some special video for you all.
We are all in this together.
Please stay strong and be safe.
And practice social distancing.
COVID-19 is a virus.
Virus is small.
Small things matter.
Thank you. That's all from us.
Okay. Thank you, Group 8. I love the pantun. So in pantun law, if you sell, you must buy. So I buy your pantun now. So Group 8 cantik dan tampan. Awesome presentations di pagi hari. Terima kasih kami ucapkan Q&A session kita berjumpa lagi. Alright.
Thank you.
Okay.
So good.
Thank you for an interesting presentation. So big applause to them. Group 8. Okay, so let's move to Group 9. So now we will hear from Group 9. So Group 9 is Aidil Hanafi bin Amiruddin, Ibnur Radi bin Azman, Nur Syafiqah binti Azhar, Nidia Ahmadiyah Rosalin, Diva Nur Kurnia Ning Tias, Yuda Hendriawan Budi Handoko. So Group 9, you may proceed. 25 minutes. It's yours. Please.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Hoyer, for the change. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Very good morning for everyone. I hope you all are in a good condition. So today, I and my team are going to present our discussion about. Our discussion is anyone can see the share screen?
No.
Not yet.
Okay. Sorry. Okay, so today I and my team are going to present our discussion about designing and executing post-COVID-19 adaptation ideas within Varsity campus. Next. Before we start the presentation, I will introduce me and my team. So my name is Nidia Ahmadiyah from ITS, and then we have Yuda Hendriawan from ITS. Yuda, can you say hi to our audience?
Yeah.
And then we have Aidil Hanafi from UniMAP. Next. We have Ibnur Radi from UniMAP.
Hi.
And then we have Diva Kurnianing Tias from ITS.
Hi, I'm here.
And last we have Nur Syafika from UniMAP.
Hi, I'm Syafika.
Okay, next. So this is our presentation outline. The first is front page. The second is presentation outline. The third is background. The fourth is impact of COVID-19 pandemic and the lifestyle changes onto the stakeholders. The fifth is adaptation done by the stakeholders. The sixth is novel ideas on new adaptation that could be done in the current situation. The seventh is major concern of the novel idea and how to overcome it. The eighth is conclusion and recommendation, and the last is acknowledgement. Next.
Okay, I'll tell you about the background. COVID-19 is the infectious disease caused by the most recently discovered coronavirus. This new virus and disease were unknown before the outbreak began in Wuhan, China in December 2019. COVID-19 is now a pandemic affecting many countries globally, source WHO. For the impact, COVID-19 have a huge impact on the economy, education, social, and more. For example, unemployment rate increased because many employees were laid off during the movement control period. About people are encouraged to stay at home because the epidemic can be spread through touch. So many businesses should be closed for a relatively long period of time. So as greatly affect the business of small companies and so on. But due to time and knowledge constraint, we are going to focus more on the impact of education. Next. Many countries have rightly decided to close school, colleges, and university, the crisis crystallized the dilemma policymakers are facing between closing school, reducing contact and saving life, and keeping them open, allowing workers to work and maintaining the economy. The severe short-term disruption is felt by many families around the world. Homeschooling is not only a massive shock to parents' productivity, but also to children's social life and learning. Teaching is moving online on an understated and unprecedented scale. Student assessment are also moving online, with a lot of trial and error and uncertainty for everyone. Many assessments have simply been cancelled. Importantly, this interruption will not just be a short-term issue, but can also have a long-term consequence for the affected cohort and are likely to increase inequality. Next. Okay, about the lifestyle changes in academic sector, for the first is registration. Some universities require registration to be done manually before COVID-19, where students have to meet with lecturer to get their signature, then sent to university staff. After COVID-19, as this pandemic can be spread through touch, manual registration is not encouraged by university. All students, lecturer, and staff need to register their classes in the system through an online portal. But the second is about class. Before COVID-19, meeting in class or laboratory face-to-face between student and lecturer. After COVID-19, meeting do in online way with some online portal like Zoom, Google Meet, and etc. And about sport days, before, the purpose of this activity is to keep students physically active. This activity requires the involvement of lecturer, student, and staff to be successful. So this activity involves outdoor activity. But after COVID-19, when this outbreak occurs, everyone is encouraged to stay at home. No outdoor activities, especially sport activities, are allowed. Therefore, this activity had to be postponed and the students were expected to take care of their health. Next. And about the laboratory activity. Before COVID-19, student that needs to use laboratory can ask to the head of laboratory and use it as long as they want. After COVID-19, students have to get license and cannot use laboratory together because at the same time, maximally 2 until 3 people inside of laboratory with applying health protocol. And about the final project, there are several points. For the first one, before COVID-19, thesis supervising, examination, and submission held offline by meeting directly with the lecturer. But after COVID-19, everything is done by online way. For the second, student that need sign from head of department may come to the office and wait for a minute to get the signature. But after COVID-19, students just send email to department's mail and just wait for getting a signature. And the last one is students want to present their final project may do this at laboratory with lecturer directly. After COVID-19, presentation of final project do in online way by Zoom or Google Meet. And the last one is about graduation day. Graduation day is about gathering of graduated students at one place before COVID-19 and usually will be held face-to-face where students will receive a graduation certificate on the stage. This is to celebrate the day of the student who have graduated. But after COVID-19, everything could be done manually. But virtual graduation is held. Graduated will be held in online way using online platform. Next.
All right. The next is adaptation of the COVID-19. As you can see, there is only a bullet point, so I will explain the detail. There are several initiatives or policies created by the government, whether it is Malaysia or Indonesia, in order to bring stability in the country, in every country. All right. The first policy is movement under control. When the first pandemic occurred in every country, there is several policies like Malaysia. They put like 3 months movement or the control, so the citizen or the people in Malaysia or Indonesia cannot go out, so they just remain at home, so the government can contain the situation And number 2 is standard operation procedure. If you somehow have to go out from your house, go to mall, a restaurant, you have to follow the procedure. Like during the moment of the control, only one person in the family can go outside, so they can buy any necessary foods or goods. And the third one is limited time of operation. Normally, mall or restaurant, they open until 10 p.m. or 11 p.m. But during this pandemic, they have to close at 8 or 7 p.m. That is the limited time of operation. The new normal. The new normal is a state to which and society settle following a crisis such as pandemic. For example, right now we have to wear our mask if we go outside, or if we not wear it, we have to pay the compound. Like in Malaysia, we have to pay almost 1,000 ringgit. And the fifth one is most of the face-to-face meeting do it by online, just like previous presenter said it. Classroom, meeting with the staff or the lecturer, everybody, everything they have to do by online. And the next one is working at home. During this pandemic, the government asked the citizen or the worker, except for the frontliners, to work at home so they can contain the virus, so the virus cannot spread easily. And the next one is physical distancing. If you go outside, even though right now the coronavirus is a bit lower in Malaysia, but still we have to follow the physical distancing policies, which is 1 meter, so that we can avoid any unnecessary problem, like the virus we get affected or something. And last one is frequently sanitize. Usually, before this, we just go outside, we just have a normal life. But now we have always wash our hands, use a soap, use sanitize, so that we can keep ourselves clean. All right, thank you. Next.
So for the novel idea, innovating the department website with some new function that going to make the work of the stakeholder, which is student, lecturer, and staff easier. This is the website that we have designed based on our get the information from both from ITS and UniMAP. So it's quite similar with the one we have, but in our own university or institution, which is it also have the homepage, the home menu, profile, academic, research and community services, student affairs, facility and contact. So it's very similar with the one we have, but we have innovated some of the website. We'll explain in next present. So next, so every menu appear in the website it have the sub menu. For example, for the home page, home menu, it have the event, news and announcement sub menu, and as well as the other menu is as the particular sub menu. So it's very similar with the other one we have in our institution. So next. So the question is, what is the innovation of this website we create? Doesn't it look the same with the one we already have? Yes, the answer is yes. It look like similar with we already have. So what the innovation is, we add the feature of the website, which is for the website it have the 3 different user interface login, which have different authorities and access. Then as the user, the particular user login, it will generate the attender, especially for the student who enter the class. Then for the relating the post-COVID, which is adaptation, the new normal, it will auto track the current situation at the place whoever the user log in and the location as the user log in at their place. So for the particular user access, I will explain detail about it, how it's connect to each other by using this website. Then I will pass to my group member for explain the particular user.
Okay, thank you, Reddy. The novel idea that we offer is called Sinteman. What is Sinteman? Sinteman stands for Department's Integration System. Sinteman provides many facilities in managing the academic process between students, staff, and teacher, where their relationships are interrelated. For example, setting course, and then classroom, laboratory, and setting up a thesis. Okay, on this slide is a prototype of the Sinteman. Front page will have a menu for home until contact. Well, what is different from the front page of a usual website on campus? There are the attendance and room management submenu on the academic menu. In this right, and so the attendance submenu with display lecture schedule, that it makes it easier for us as students. We don't need to often ask staff the lecture available or not. When we have asked, we chat is not answered. Can reduce contact with the people in the campus. Afterwards, for room management, this menu will display which classrooms and laboratory are available or not. So we don't need to confirm again to the staff to ask classroom or laboratory is available or not. Of course, all of menu to reduce direct contact constantly. Okay, and then the second is the different from the usual website. So how come one website can be used by 3 accounts? This page become the key, because there is a login page that will separate privilege from students, lecturers, and staff. Just enter the username and then password. Then the page will be directed to a different page according to the privilege. And then next is this is the student page, where the page provides the privilege for the student, including canceling or adding course, thesis arrangements, book room or laboratory, and judicium registration. So students require confirmation from the staff using this website, so that notification will appear in the info menu. Is the sub menu, and then student can note that the process has been accepted or declined, where is accompanied by a message from the staff when the staff rejected. Next, this is the lecture page, which is with the profile the lecturer. This page provides privilege to approve declined courses, approve or decline students, course schedules, approve or decline exams, student list, and thesis schedules. For the approved decline course and exam are a submenu for confirmation for the staff whether they can teach the course or attend the thesis exam at the hours and time set by the staff. Then the lecturer can refuse and provide solution on another day. Then for a student approve or decline submenu for the student, when to confirm the lecturer want to be the thesis supervisor, and supervisor can give a decline or approve for the student. And all of this menu are designed to reduce the direct contact between student, staff, and lecturer. And then the last The last one, this is the staff page. The staff page have a lot of privilege to confirm course to the lecturer, and the course are scheduled, confirm the registration and thesis process, such as seminar results, and then thesis exams, and manage classroom and laboratories. And will repeat again all the menus and submenus offered by the Sintemen or System Integrasi Department reduce direct contact between student, lecturers, and staff. In addition, it also makes it very easy for them because all academic related needs are on the Sentiment website. However, the prototype that we made still only the 3 users, such as student, lecturer, and staff, because usually staff have different tasks from one staff to another. And the weakness from our website can be used for further website development. Okay, and then next.
Here is some major concerns and solutions. We have concerns about a few issues. The first one is about website management. The second one is about the effectiveness of the website innovative. The third one is about student adaptations. The fourth one is about students who living in rural area, then about internet connection and about expertise. For the website management, it's not easy to manage a large number of users. We have at least 100 students in only one department, and the website itself is divided into several sections, such as academic section, residential college sections, permission section, and laboratory sections. And these website innovations require a good care and a good management to make these websites become more successful. Then we also concerned about the effectiveness of the website innovations. Our concern is whether this innovative website is effective in overcoming the problem that has been explained by in the previous part or not. The effectiveness of the website actually depends on the user of the website itself. The website is innovated with a certain functions, but if the user do not alert with the functions and they do not know how to use this website, it can be useless. Then for the student adaptations, we also concerned about the level of adaptations of student and lecturer in implement these websites. We concerned whether the student and lecturer can cope well with this innovative website or not. This innovative website can be seen as more burdensome to their work. For example, there is the problem of using the laboratory. Before the COVID-19, they are free to use laboratory by looking at their schedule. But now we have innovated the website where they need to get a permission first before using the laboratory, so that it can be burdensome to them. So we are concerned if they're able to keep up with these new changes or not. Then about students who living in rural area, we also concerned about the students who living in rural areas because technology cannot seems to be reach them. They also lack of facility, and some of them might not even have laptop with them to browse these websites. Then about internet connections, same goes to the previous points. At the beginnings of the epidemic, all students were sent to go home to their hometowns, and not all places have a good internet coverage. Then for the expertise, we also lack of expertise to develop these websites. So here is some solutions for our issue. For website management, we suggest for the university to hire a few people to become admins of the website management. This admin will only work and we only focus on the website management. Then about the effectiveness, we suggest for the university to distribute and give guideline book to the student and lecturers so that they know and alert about functions of the website innovative. Then about the student adaptations, we suggest for the university to practice merit and demerit system as so that they are forced to live with these new changes and new norms. Then about students living in rural area, we suggest for the university to ask and call the student to go back to their campus so that the university can give them and provide them a good facility to use these websites. Then for the internet connections, provide internet to their student and lecturer. And for expertise, we suggest for the university to hire professional application creators so that this website can be more effective. Next.
Okay, 2 more minutes, group 9.
Sorry, from all the explanation that we already present, I want to conclude that this website is expected to solve problems related to laboratory permission and thesis submission. And then this website also is more convenient and flexible. And then this website can reduce the stakeholder work because this website is one integrated system. However, there are still deficiencies in our novel ideas, which will be solved and developed in the future. Next. The last, I want to give acknowledgement to the Committee of 10 Ideas 2020 for holding this program, reviewers from ITS and UniMAP, and all the participants and audiences from ITS and UniMAP. Next. Before I end our presentation today, I will quote some words. If you cannot fly, then run. If you cannot run, then walk. If you cannot walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving on. Even when things seem hopeless, life have a way of defying the odds, overcoming the obstacles, and coming back stronger. Never give up hope, regardless of how hopeless things may seem. There is always a way. That is all from Group 9. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much for the group 9. Thanks for the wisdom words. So big applause, everyone, big applause. All right, the next agenda that we will waiting for, which is the break, okay? The break now, we will have like 5 minutes break before we proceed with the Q&A session by our 6 reviewers. So meanwhile, our audience, if you have any questions, please leave your questions in a chat box. So during 60 minutes Q&A by the reviewers, we will try to collect as many as the question as many as we can. That and then we will display the questions during the Q&A question and sessions answer sessions by the audiences and the chosen presenter or who will volunteer to answer the questions will answer your questions. So let's take 5, everyone.
research in UniMAP looks into faster, easier, and more accurate detection of microbiological diseases. The HPV-CC kit has high sensitivity that allows early detection of cervical cancer through saliva. With the application of greenhouse technology, the Sustainable Agro-Technology Institute has developed a method to enable the Perlis harumanis to be harvested all year long. A greenhouse monitoring system has been built to regulate temperature, humidity, and level of carbon dioxide to create an environment conducive for the growth and maturity of the fruits. A bus monitoring system developed by the UniMAP Center of Excellence for Advanced Sensor Technology facilitates efficient monitoring of the movement of university buses for students. Under UniMAP's social responsibility programs, an alternative energy source kit known as EPS kit has been developed. Each year, UniMAP produces alumni whose presence is felt the world over, in many parts of the world.
Even though it's a different industry, different profession, but we still need the soft skill, the leadership skill that we learned, that we were taught in school during our university days. It's a lesson learned. We were taught as we through this life.
Being graduate from UniMAP, it really helps me in adapting to the working environment, and it helps me speeding up my learning curve. And I think the best thing about UniMAP is they don't just teach you, they prepare you.
The soft skills, problem-solving analysis, as well as a lot of hands-on practical that we practice. It will help the graduates to be more confident when they graduated later on.
The levers in UniMAP actually helped me a lot for this business. So here I want to thank UniMAP for giving me a very good education for me. UniMAP mantap.
UniMAP researchers are globally recognized, evident through the acquisition of numerous international grants.
UniMAP is my first choice because the programs offered here are focused and they fulfill the expectation of the industry.
Apart from academic and research, which are the university core business, sport, culture, and volunteerism are also given due to the attention. It's up to the student to choose which field he or she want to immerse into.
The success and achievements thus far have placed UniMAP on the world stage.
We are proud of our numerous achievements, including being recognized as the world's top 700. Guided by our core values of knowledge, sincerity, and excellence, UniMAP will become even better and stronger towards a brighter future for all. UniMAP, mantap!
All right, everyone. Now let's move on to the Q&A sessions by our 6 reviewers from UniMAP and ITS. So I would like to call upon Dr. Muhammad Faiz Muhammad Shahimin, the first reviewer from UniMAP for the Q&A session. Please welcome, Doctor.
Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good morning or almost afternoon now. Can you guys hear me? Yeah. Okay. All right. So thank you all the presenters. Very good presentation. I have just general comments for each group. So I think I will go one by one. For group 7, blended learning has been implemented for a long time. Me myself personally have also used blended learning in my classes. So I just want to ask, what are the differences between blended learning pre-COVID-19 and post-COVID-19? And Sawa Palaka, this is a very interesting app that you guys are developing. The real location time thingy is quite a concern, because you mentioned just now it will alert you when you come 1 to 2 meters to active COVID-19 sites, right? Shouldn't it be 1 to 2 kilometers instead? Because 1 to 2 meters is way too close, right? So that's the major concern. Why do you choose 1 to 2 meters? For group 8, not sure if the ideas are novel. I just personally have made some sort of simple quiz from each online classes, and the quiz will be displayed at the end, so that I can attract students to stay on the online classes, so that they will pay attention, and then they have to answer a question at the end of the class, right? So, and there will be some marks also added towards the final overall marks lah. But yeah, as mentioned also in the in the chat box, the novel idea where you want to make a machine, some sort of machine to sterilize all the PPEs and stuff like that. Do you have any specific kind of machine? That has not been clear lah in your presentation. For group 9, innovating the department's webpage is very interesting ideas. But universities do have problems with their web pages. We notice this even in high ranked universities overseas, right? We see the same problem as well. Different departments will have different what do you call that, interfaces, right? Sometimes they use different interfaces for each department, right? But executing the idea will be a major problem lah, because it requires immense technological adaptation in labs, because you said you can do bookings in labs whether or not the labs are available online. Stuff like that requires a lot of technological adaptations in the labs, classrooms, and also require immense trainings for academic staffs and also students. But the most important question is funding. How much will this super cool website cost to universities? That has not been mentioned clearly in the presentation. So I guess those are the questions that I have for each group. Maybe you can pass to other panels.
All right, I think probably we can have the group to answer the question one by one again. Dr. Mama Faiz, if you don't mind, can you repeat the first question and then you direct to the group that you would like to answer your question, yeah? Thank you so much.
First question is, what are the differences for group 7? What are the differences between blended learning pre-COVID-19 and post-COVID-19? And then for the Sarwa Palaka app, why do you choose 1 to 2 meters to alert the user? Why not 1 to 2 kilometers instead? Because 1 to 2 meters is way too close to active COVID-19 sites.
All right, thank you so much. So maybe we can have a representative from group 7 to answer the question. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir, for the question. Yes, we did find the study about the blended learning in the pre-COVID-19. So maybe what I could say is, during the post-COVID-19, the university will divide the student, like who will attend the online classes and who will attend the offline classes. And the offline classes will recommend three criteria that could attend the student that could attend the offline classes. There are three criteria. The first one is financial. The student that that can afford the internet connection, like either they can afford it or they just the location where they live just can support the good internet connection. They can go to offline classes to the campus. And also the student that need to do like experiment in the laboratory or other academic activity that can be substituted by other activity, they may go to offline class to the campus. I think that's all the answer from us.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
regarding the apps, basically, why we choose 1 to 2 meters and not 1 to 2 kilometers is basically the apps. The aims of the apps we aims to be used by the student inside the campus. So it means like it will alert the student to not be close with each other, which is to practice social distancing. That's the main of uses of the apps actually. Okay, I think that's answered the second question. Thank you.
Maybe I will add some.
Okay.
Okay. So 1 until 2 meters is the ability of this app to do notifications, right? And because if it's too far away, like 1 kilometer until 2 kilometer, it will be very, very annoying and will ring all the time. The distance of 1 meter is the closest limit for people to interact. So the farther that person, it will be the better result, I think. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, for group A, my major concern is I don't see specific novel idea from your presentation. Can you name one or something that you can come up with? Group A.
Thank you, Muhammad Faiz. I would like to apologize first that we couldn't show our novel ideas specifically because due to time shortage. But our PPE sanitizer is a real project that has been working on. One of our course mate is working on this and she already built the prototype. She's from ITS and her name is Nafi. And if I would like to say in briefly about this, it's a PPE sanitizer. It uses electrohydrodynamic. It's a high voltage electrical field method. So it gives us quicker, better, and affordable price. So we might know about the autoclave. Autoclave is a machine that used to carry out industrial and scientific process requiring equivalent temperature and pressure in relation to ambient temperature and pressure. So that uses for sanitization. And yeah, this device will clean our jacket, our face mask, so we can use it, we can reuse it and save our money. And I would like to invite Nafi to explain her project because it's a real project and she worked on it. So I think she would be the better person to answer this. Please, Nafi, continue.
Okay, thank you, Asik. Thank you for your question. Actually, in this novel ideas, still in prototype, itu sterilize maintenance surgical set from bacteria. But now we want to scale up the prototype to product ready and test it for the virus sterilization. But till now we already know about the virus sterilization from the journal and we already make the prototype scale. And also it's compared with the autoclave. Actually, we have affordable price. It means that autoclave maybe we can see the price it's about 30 million and this PPE sterilizer only 2 million. And also the sterilization method
we use high voltage electrohydrodynamic that mentioned Asik before, but in autoclave it use pressure and thermal. This is the difference, and this is the novel ideas. Actually, from the journal and from the letters before, before we test in bacteria, you can achieve more sterilized, and also for the virus, we believe that we can more sterilize from the autoclave. And for the effectivity for the clean bacteria and virus, actually for autoclave only has effectivity around 50%, but for PPE sterilizer has effectivity around 70%. I think that's all.
Nafi, could you please explain about the price? Is it in ringgit or USD
or
rupiah?
Sorry, in rupiah. For autoclave, 30 million rupiah, and for PPE sterilizer, around 20 million rupiah in selling price.
All right, and the last question would be for Group 9 regarding the funds. How much would it cost to, to update the website to this super cool website that you mentioned to universities? How much would it cost?
Okay, thank you for the question. I'll try to answer this question. And about the font of this website, for the development of this website, we don't need to cost much money because we can order or promote this project to the student who have a good knowledge in web development and also manage database. The cost of this website is just for hosting. There is, for example, www.org or .com or .id. So our website could find easily when typing in Google search. The hosting is about 1 million rupiah until 1.5 million rupiah for 1 year. And also, we can also manage about database by Google Cloud or something like that. So our data can be accessed easily in somewhere in wherever we want to access this data. And about the cloud database, the cost is about 500 until 1 million rupiah per year. Yeah, I think my friends can add my answer.
All right, thank you very much.
All right, I think that's all. Doctor? Dr. Muhammad Faiz, yeah?
Yeah, that's it.
That's it, huh?
Okay. From the Sentiment website to design our website, we can empower students in every department who can create a website, or university to delegate this project to one of the department, for example, in informatics, engineering, or computer science, and etc. And to create the website for hosting domains and cloud servers, we can be accessed free by many people. Who we first use free for trial for a years, then we use paid one, because many hosting and cloud server give free for trial for during a years. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I think that's all for now. Thank you, Diva. Thank you, Dr. Muhammad Faiz. So now moving on, I would like to call upon Ms. Nurina Orta Dharmawati, second reviewer from ITS, to proceed with the Q&A. Please welcome Ms. Nurina.
Hello, everyone. Thank you. I think my name is Nurina, and maybe I will ask some question. But first of all, it's a job well done for you all It's a nice presentation. Maybe I need to highlight some and then ask you some. For the first group, which is group 7, I think it's very interesting to me because this group is doing a whole and throughout research and then provide solution app in a one presentation. But maybe if you want to make some application, especially for a diverse group in a university and different position, for example, for lecturers or students, my main question is, I think what the students really need from the application and what your application is going to fail that can overcome the previous application that has been all over the app store, for example. Because you as a student, I believe that you this far, you've been using so many applications in your phone that maybe each of them have their own specific usage, and what can you offer? What the student really needs from this application, perhaps. Okay, the first for group 7, and then for group 8, I'll move into the other group. This is actually also a very good research, in my opinion. You are doing through our research that found something like interesting, like you are founding a mental health and new skills for students, for example, to help them transition in this new era, a switch of lifestyle. And you have actually a good novel ideas, but sometimes I don't get it. Why you are proposing, researching about mental ideas, and then you jump into the sterilization machine. It's like, what's the connection, or which one is the urgency? Because you have findings and recommendation that's very good to me, and then you jump into physical things. Maybe you can explain why that's very urgent now. Okay, and then for group 9, maybe this is interesting solution because you're proposing a website. And as you know that a website in a university, and for some of you is IT student, you used to using our website and application platform. And one thing to notice if you are going to design a website is, as far as I know, like 2 years ago, a survey say that 70% of IT student is using mobile application. So why? The question is, why are you going to use a website? Well, 70% in last 2 years, and I don't know the latest data this year, maybe it's like 90% they're using application, but you still propose for a website, which is, I think, in design any new web or application, one thing important to consider is what's the previous application or website cannot provide for the student. Because if you say that there's like courses, it's a little, I don't know about you or your lecturer, maybe lecturers, usually they have a very many different needs, different ones for their lecture. Sometimes they want synchronous, asynchronous, they want to meet you face to face, they never meet you at all. It's like very different for each lectures, and you will experience it soon, maybe. But just go back to my question: is why website? Maybe for case studies or example for ITS, why you need to design a certain website while your university previously has provided. I think that's all my question. Thank you.
All right, we will go one by one. Group 7.
Okay, thanks for the question. Okay, basically the question asks for what does the student really needs from the apps, is it? Okay, firstly, the app is like very exclusive to the student inside the university. So it teaches like for the student to practice social distancing, which is like never have I seen an apps before this that alerts with the person that are using the same apps together, alerts to have like to stay away. They have like we are planning to make a siren sound alarm or something like that, alarm sound. And also the application also like uses for the before this we add the blended learning, right? And then the application like we aims to for the student like to have the records if they are going inside lecture rooms and all, like they kind of like every room we provided by the university, the administration, to have like a QR code and scan. Then they scan using the apps. We have that kind of same function in Malaysia, which is the My Sejahtera app. Whenever like we go to some place and then we scan the location of that one, I mean like it keep the traces of where we go inside the apps. So that's basically the main reason we do this. Okay. I think there's more to add.
Yeah, thank you, Amar. Also, thank you to Miss Nurina for your wonderful remarks and your wonderful question. Well, it's true what Amar said. Compared to My Sejahtera, this is specifically for campus. The features we have also notifications when you go as much as 2 meters to each other who also have the apps, because we thought about it and maybe thinking about it, having it mandatory for students inside the campus. We are also proposing supporting systems within the campus, like maybe in the buildings, but we haven't thought about it more thoroughly because we don't have enough time. But we had an idea that having a system that that can help alleviate the spread within the campus. If you think about it, it's like pesantren boarding school. It's like boarding school systems now. They have, if you come in, then you can't go back anymore. You can go back except you do the rapid test first. So I think that's all I want to add. Thank you.
Maybe I want to add some. Okay, basically, this application has security service to prevent unwanted things from happening due to leaking information regarding the user's location. Because based on our questionnaire for some students in UniMAP or ITS itself, the most important things that they want to know is the privacy. So we provide this security service to prevent that unwanted things. Thank you.
I think that's all from group 7, right? So group 8.
Okay, thank you for the question, Miss.
Okay.
So there's a difference between the mental health and also PPE. So PPE is more of kind of like a personal protective equipment. It's an innovation tool. And then why we mention mental health is because not all students can accept the fact that we are conducting the online learning now. So some are very disappointing because they could not be able to participate well. So mental health is also important because in order to actually protect our mental health, we have mentioned in one of the novel ideas, which is to conduct Q&A learning blocks. And the reason is why is to enhance our critical thinking. So basically, like my university, we have not conducted a Q&A learning blocks yet. So examples of Q&A learning blogs would be like Coursera or even TeacherTubes, where it's a free community sharing instructional videos, contents for lecturers and also students. So when we have this on Q&A learning blogs, then we can actually enhance the critical thinking of the students. So when their mental health is stable, then they can continue their study and also come back to the campus. Whereas like PPE is more of like innovation tool to clean up our personal protective equipment in a quick and easy way, and also virus free. Yeah.
Is that all? Group 8? Yeah, I think group 9. Group 9.
Okay, I want to answer the question. So our group choose the website because the website can be accessed on PC or mobile apps. It's really make it easier for people when they don't have smartphone memory that doesn't have too much to use the website to access sentiment. And it is very possible for us to develop a website into a mobile apps. However, to develop a however, to develop mobile apps require a lot of money because there are different operating system, Android and iOS, and then also require more programmers resource. We choose the website because it is simple and can be used on any platform. The cost is also cheaper than the mobile apps, and then does not require memory to access the website. Maybe only memory for search engine application like Google Chrome. That's all for me. Maybe my team can add my explanation.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Okay, thank
Okay,
you.
okay, one minute. Group 9,
thank you.
1 minute only.
Thank you. Okay, thank you, Nadia, for the addition. Although why we choose studies, although the ITS or UniMAP has provided website before, we know that the current website is not integrated because one website. If we have an affair about academic, we have to go to this website. And if we have an affair about final project, there are different websites. So it's not effective. Because of the reason, we want to integrate the website to become one big website, so student can access the one website for all that affair. So I think that will support the Miss Diva previous answer. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Ibn Radi. So, thank you, Miss Nurina, for the questions. And then now I would like to call upon Dr. Lim Chi Chin, our third reviewer from UniMAP, for the Q&A session. Please welcome Dr. Lim.
Yeah, hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon. I'm Dr. Lim here.
Good afternoon.
I very thank you to all the presenters. There's very good presentations that I heard from you. Here I have some questions. I will assign the question for each group, and I hope to get your answer and your feedback. For the group number 7, I foresee you have a very clear introductions and your directions in designing this idea. But as you mentioned just now, your system, the Sawa Palaka systems, how you relate these systems to your problem statement that you mentioned previously, blended learning. How this system will be more relates back to your problem statement that blended learning and relate back to our Varsity University in campus. How to solve this problem instead of your system just a bit similar like the apps that available in the market, for example, that you said just now, like MySejahtera. Okay, what is your difference between these systems, your own system and this MySejahtera system, and how you implement it in blended learning and help the students in terms of education, in terms of teaching and learning? Yeah, this is question for group 7. For the group number 8, I can foresee that you have a very clear problem statement. You have a very systematic that you show that the problems and everything. But sudden you jump into your idea, but your idea is quite broad. You have a few idea like that already available in the market. For example, you say about your online learnings, you say about the PE, stereos, incubators. Actually, those things is already available in the market. And I want to ask is, whether those orientations of online platform, how you want to improve these online platforms, and how you want to improve this modular based learning that you said, that the Q&A learning block. Since this block already available, that our lecturer already using those blog spot, communicate with the student, and we have forums like Q&A forums that we already very frequent use, and we have communicate in a small group, and we have learned, we have talked, communicate with the students in times by time. So how you want to ensure that students always show up, and how your system can help in improve this. Okay, for group number 9. Okay, for group number 9, I have foresee your idea is very clear that you would like to design a website. But however, because in most of the university, each department, they have their own website. And how you want to ensure that every department, that you can create a website for them that every department can use, and instead of not just only one department can use it. And how you want to update the system, who is the admin will update the system, said that this system already is, for example, you said that the labs or the classes is already full. Okay, how you want to update those systems, and how efficient this system, and how user friendly this system toward the students. Because just now you said that you will provide the guideline book for the user, but whether your system is it useful, user friendly, this is the problems. Okay, thank you from my side.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Lin Chichi. Group 7 first.
Thank you, Doctor, for the question. For the relation between our application and the blended learning, right? Because blended learning is actually require the open learning in it, right? So the application, since it has the alert system, it will be like the protection, the second protection other than the mask and the face shield and the sanitizer. Maybe the other members want to add?
The Sarwapalaka apps itself is like a guidelines for the student, like to be inside the campus itself. Means like just like I mentioned before, yes, the difference between my Sejahtera apps and the Sarwapalaka apps itself, because we have the alert system. If they come close with another user. So it is like Hanin mentioned before, it is like a mandatory to the student. If we decide to use these apps, it is mandatory to all the students to have these apps. And basically, before this, for the students to have the blended learning, they have to have like go inside the lecture room and all. So we use these apps to record. I means like to have the access for them to have the access to the rooms. Okay.
Maybe I will add some. So beside the notification itself, we have a QR code, because this application is special for students. We present the application QR code is for student attendance. Yeah, so it would prevent the physical touch. And then we have booking rapid test. Booking rapid test itself is to prevent the queues that pose a risk of spreading of COVID-19 itself. Thank you.
All right, I think that's all from group 7. Group 8, your answer?
Yeah, I want to answer. So for the main idea of our presentation, we don't make new website or new application, because we know that there are some application in many countries that are similar with our idea. So we just make sure that everyone in this class, in their class, is being so active by breakout rooms. So maybe in Zoom there are some breakout rooms, and the rooms is only consist maybe 5 until 6 students, and the students have actively group discussion, and they can ensure that they understand their course. Yeah. And maybe some of my friends can add the answer.
Okay, I will add actually our novel ideas is really novel ideas because the PPE sterilizer is not available in the market because this is difference in the method. We use electrohydrodynamic for the method for sterilize our personal protective equipment. So it is so different. And this is our novel ideas because we use the other online learning block. We also make sure the mental health of the students and our the other stakeholder is safe. So if we go back to the campus, we can be safe. We propose the PPE sterilizer. Thank you.
I want to add some more. Can I?
One minute.
Okay. Previously, Nafi said that we can fix the mental health of the student, right? So we can add some like feature to the current website or app like My ITS to add some insight about mental health, something like that, so it can help the student.
Okay. Thank you, Group 8. Thank you, Zulfahni. Group 9. The answer. Group 9.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you for the question. For the answer, how to integrate the website and how to ensure that all departments able to use the websites. The answer is the website itself is divided into a few sections. For example, education sections, dormitory sections, and in the education sections, it will be divided into a few sections for each department. Each department have their own sections, so that it will be integrated in the one website with a few sections. For the guideline book, we distribute the guideline book by using the student mail and by put the guideline book in the home page of the website itself. That's it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Shafika. Group 9, that's all.
Maybe I want to add explanation again.
Okay.
So I will explain again. To design our website, we can empower students in each department who can create a website and create works groups or university that can delegate this project to one of the department. For example, informatic engineering to create the website. Then the result from the website are shared with each department. So we can use the application to each department, and for upgrade the website is depending on the application maker, maybe in the group the maker, and we can give our criticism and suggestion to this application maker. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Group 9. Thank you, Diva. Thank you, all three groups, 7, 8, and 9. Thank you, Dr. Lim Chi Ching, for the questions. Now, I would like to call upon Dr. Chandra Irawan, reviewer number 4 from ITS.
Yeah.
So 10 minutes is yours, Doctor.
Okay, thank you very much for the time. Yeah, hello everyone. Okay, I'm Chandra Irawan from ITS Surabaya. Is it clear, my voice?
Yeah, very loud and clear, Doctor.
Yeah. For the first question for group 7, yeah, for group 7, you make a Sarwa Palaka application, yeah, mobile apps. I want to ask why you choose the name is Sarwa Palaka, but I think it is there is philosophy beside this name, yeah, Sarwa Palaka. That's the first, and then the second, it is free access or it is we must pay to use this application. And then the next regarding with the Sarwa Palaka, yeah, regarding the Sarwa Palaka, it can be applied in Indonesia and also Malaysia and also in another country, or just limited in Malaysia and Indonesia for Sarwa Palaka. And then the last, yeah, because it is due to the COVID-19 mapping, is it accurate? Yeah, is it accurate in the application display? Yeah, in the real time application. This for the 7th group, and then for the 8th group, I think it is a good idea to make some equipment to sterilize the virus or bacteria using electrohydrodynamic. Yeah, because I'm from civil engineering, I'm not too familiar with this instrument. I would like to ask, it is safe for human application, because you say that it is for personal protective equipment. It is safe for human. And then I think it is better if you presented your ideas during your presentation with more details background, so we can catch your great idea. It is for the 8th groups. And then the last for the 9th group, you develop website, yeah, because in our department, civil engineering department, also it is the latest problem regarding with the conducting, what is it? Ya, kalau pengesahan, ya, pengesahan for thesis, for dissertation, and also for undergraduate thesis. So have you promote your website to our campus ITS and also for UniMAP? Because I think it is important tools for department to manage the students, admin, and also the lecture activity during the COVID-19 pandemic. And then the second, yeah, is it website is ready to be used or still in developing stage? Yeah, that's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Chandra. So I think group 7, right? Group 7 first. With the answer, group 7.
Okay.
Are you there,
So,
group 7?
like we mentioned just now, hello? Okay. So, just like we mentioned just now, Sarwa Palaka is a Sanskrit language which means the protector. It's because this app is actually a secondary protection of the primary protection of health workers and such as mask and face shield. So this is our secondary protection. So like we all know, the primary protection is our own discipline to have our mask, sanitizer, and social distancing. So basically, this app is helping us to carry out our secondary shield, which is like we already explained. It helps us to keep our social distancing. That's all.
All right, 7.
I would like to add
Okay.
the question before about the precision about the precision of the system on our app. Of course, we want it to be precision, but it's just that we haven't measured precision or of the app yet regarding of the time given for the research we are conducting. Is there anything Group 7 would like to add?
Yeah, it is a free access apps. That's all.
I think that's all, group 7.
Yeah, so the university will pay for it because the university would be the admin of the app. Thank you.
Okay, I think that's all from group 7, right? So we move to group 8. Group 8 with the answer.
Thank you, Chandra, for asking us question. Actually, for PPE sanitizer, as you asked, is it safe for personal use? Actually, we can implement in a small group of people. And yes, it is available in market, but it's very expensive right now. So our project is to make it affordable. So we can implement in department base in a school or in cafe, in a small group of a bunch of students group to use particularly that machine to sanitize their mask, hand gloves, so they can reuse it and save money. Because at the beginning, as we see the shortage of face masks all over the world, so if we could maintain those things, if we can implement this machine PP sanitizer, so we can reuse our things and we can save our money. And the second of thing, it was from Dr. Lim. I want to add, like, she was telling about orientation of online platform. We need the online platform orientation videos because not only for news old student, because there are some new intake are coming. They might not be familiar with new tools, because different universities are using different sort of softwares maybe. And about the marking system, every class should have contribute some sort of percentage of mark, but it's not depends, it's not exactly strict on our coursework. I mean, the marks distribution is not related with our each classes. So right now we are facing new experience online classes. So we could have some sort of percentage of mark distribution in every class, and every lecturer should follow that guideline, because right now it depends on individual. If the lecturer wants to take quizzes or give us mark, then they give. So yeah, it depends on, right now it depends on the lecturer. So if we contribute, if we stick with our mark distribution, so we can make it for every lecturer to follow that rule. Yeah, if anyone wants to add.
Yes, I want to add. Actually, our novel ideas PPE sterilizer is not available in the market, but do you know about the autoclave? It is like our idea, but it is totally different. So this our novel idea still in prototype. It is only still check in on the personal protective equipment like Dr. Chandra mentioned before, but it is safe for human. So for the next improvement or our milestone improvement, we will go to check into the human, because electrohydrodynamic is safe for human. You can see like on electro pulse for the medical, surgical, or for the heart, in the heart of the patient. We use electro pulse. So electrohydrodynamic safe for the human. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Group 8. Now I'll proceed with the Group 9. Group 9 that with the answer. Group 9.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. So our website is still hasn't ready to use yet, because we are still in the step of making the user interface design, but we want to propose this website to the campus. So we hope we or the campus can develop it, because with all the new features we have, such as the thesis management, the campus really need it to integrating everything in this one website. Thank you.
Anyone else from Group 9 want to answer? Oh, that's all from Group 9.
That's all.
That's all. Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you, Dr. Chandra, for your questions.
Yeah.
And I would like to call upon Mr. Muhammad Safizal Abdullah, review number 5 from UniMAP. So please welcome Dr. Safizal, Dr. Muhammad Safizal, and Mr. Muhammad Safizal. Mr. Muhammad Safizal.
Assalamualaikum and very good. It's noon already, right?
Okay.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, yes, loud and clear.
Okay, Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
All right. Okay. First of all, I would like to say good job to every group, because you know what I can see is what you have presented us today. Well, is what we call is is the byproduct of your what we call thinking. Yeah, which I like it very much. Yeah, I can see very eager young minds. Yeah, with brimming with ideas, which is good for our future generations. All right. Okay. I think I believe I will given 10 minutes to give you answers. Sorry, to give you questions. Well, I have a bunch of questions. I do not know whether I can ask them all or not. But hopefully, I hope you guys still you know, in high energy, in high mood, you know, to get on with the session. Okay, so this is how I would like to do. I will ask every group a very specific question for every group, and then I need every member of the group to respond to the given question, and then after we are done, yeah, I will give a question and answer, question answer, question answer, and then to wrap up, I would like to give one general question to be answered by a representative from each group. Okay, so group 7, are you ready? Group 7, may I see group 7?
Yes, yes, you are.
All right. Okay, so group 7. Okay. All right. I believe that the first 4 reviewer have drilled you a lot on your ideas, on your project, specific to the specific work on what you have presented. But my approach is, I believe that I want to take a different approach a little bit. I want to ask something that is beyond your project. Something that you can, you know, that I want to see your maturity in answering this question. Okay, all right, are you ready?
Yes, of course.
All right, okay, so group 7. All right, so my question to you is, if you were given a choice, yeah, if you were given a choice, would you rather stick in the new norms and embrace technology as a new way of life, or you prefer to revert back to the old ways, yeah, to the old ways of our life and the way we do things? So I need this group to state your stand on this matter and give 1 point each by every group member to justify your answer. So please.
Okay, maybe I will answer first.
All right, so, introduce your name, please.
Okay, my name is Ahmad Amar from UniMAP. Okay, of course, your question is to choose about the new norm, which involves the technologies and based on all the old ones. Basically, I think I would prefer the new norms, but with the users still like the old technology, the old ways, which is like what we are presented here, the ideas, which is the semi online learning, means that we use both the technologies that are nowadays that are, which is such as Google Meet and Zoom and all, and also the always, which is like the face-to-face learning. We still need the both of it, because the students, we are quite worried about the qualities, because a lot of students give their concerns about if using the online technologies today, the qualities are not, the qualities given is not 100%, which is also the same as the face-to-face learning. But that's why I think we can do both, which is a semi-online learning, which is using the technology at the same time, and also practicing the always and the same as before. Okay.
So it means that you are quite skeptical to embrace technology in I mean in entirely
yes,
at one go.
Yes,
Yeah?
because
so?
like I've seen the bad side of, I've seen the good side and I've seen the bad side. Of course, if we're talking about the most concern about what I'm concerned about is the quality itself. I
Right.
mean, like if we see that a lot of students they don't pay attention a lot when they are doing online learning. Me, because I know that from experience, because me myself, I sometimes didn't pay attention a lot, and then so it will quite affect the quality when we are living in a new life. I mean, it's like in
Alright.
living outside of the university itself. If we go outside of university, it will quite affect the quality of the student itself. So I think we by staying with the old one, always with a little bit of the new norms, technologies, using technologies itself is a very best choice, which is the blended learning.
It means that we still have some safety net. Is that what you mean? Okay. All right. Okay. Next. Okay. Next from group 7. I need an impromptu response or spontaneous response regarding my question to you. It's nothing too academic. I just want to I need to see your maturity in thinking. That's it.
Hello, my name is Hanin. I would like to
Hello.
add some statements. I also agree with Amar, but I think the technology. I would like to borderline that the technology itself, the new normal era, the technologies we're developing for the new normal era, is trying to imitate the normal we used to know, we used to be. So I think to go back to normal as in 2019 before the pandemic, I think it's not really an option. But we can go back to normal by being by using new normal, but it's not quite the same. But the technology though, it's the old normal keeps inspiring us.
But after experiencing the new normal, so when you are given a choice to go back to the old normal, will the old normal feels normal again? You get what I mean or not?
Yeah.
It will be different a lot.
Come on, I need a response.
Hanin?
I feel like the quarantine somehow distorts time, and we are so desperate to go back to normal that some of us are violating the rules now.
Maybe I will add some.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Okay. First of all, we need to define what is post-COVID itself. Like post-pandemic itself. Like referring like H1N1 case. WHO state some criteria that is representing to post-pandemic era. So during post-pandemic, some cases an outbreak may still occur along with these notes. First, many people in all age group has immunity system against the virus. 2, no large outbreaks within some area. 3, the disease categorized as a seasonal disease. And 4, scientists and experts has clearly evidence of what is the virus like and could state which group or cluster that most likely still at high risk during post-pandemic. And then after this is declared like WHO declared this is time for post-pandemic. In this case, for example, we're referring to the H1N1. WHO suggests following of 3 guidelines for the country's monitoring. First is monitoring, and then vaccination, and the third is clinical management. So the most important things is I see is monitoring. So even we're like after the pandemic, we still monitoring it, but about
So what is your choice, young man, to go to embrace the new way, the new norms, or you prefer to go back to the old norms? And what is your reason?
I think I go to the I want to blend it with the monitoring system but without any a lot of worries about it. We have to face it. I mean, we live with it.
Yeah, change is pain, and change is very uncertain, and where to be in uncertain condition is sometimes quite painful, right? Because we are
Sorry to interrupt.
heading into a new direction that yes.
Sorry to interrupt, Mr. Muhammad Safizal, because I think we have 3 more minutes.
Oh, 3 more minutes. Okay, all right, okay.
Wait,
Okay,
all right,
okay.
Okay.
Okay, 2 more groups. I think all right. Okay, it's enough with group 7. Okay. So because I think the group members are giving similar almost the same answers. Yeah. Okay. All right. So I know where they are stand. All right. And so we go for group 8. Okay, group 8. All right. So you ready, group 8? So for group 8, okay, for you, okay, you are the new breed of job seekers, yeah, due to the severe effect of pandemic COVID-19, yeah, to the economy nowadays. So businesses and the general economy has slowed down. So how the new job seekers like yourself and thousands more outside are going to make a living after your graduation? So please, I need some response from the answer from the group.
Can I answer?
Yes, please.
Okay, thank you for your question, sir.
Yes.
So how do we market ourselves in the current job market? I must say it's very heartbreaking to see graduates not getting a job in corporate companies because they are actually firing people everywhere now due to the current situations. So we as a graduate had to figure out another idea on how to market ourselves, and one of it was definitely enhancing our soft skills. So definitely companies do not seek for CGPAs anymore. They want people with working experience. They want people who have uh, soft skills, like they want people who can communicate well, who can do sales, uh, who are very good in marketing. So definitely one of the way to market ourselves is definitely to enhance our soft skills, participate more in online programs like digital marketing, public speakings to boost our confidence, and also like during the MCO time, we had plenty of times to actually increase our soft skills by participating in all the online courses.
Okay. All right. Okay, let's say you have all those things, yeah, all those soft skill qualities and everything, but yet there are no takers. So what will you do to survive? Still become a job seeker or become a job creator?
I would definitely become a job creator. I would definitely start up.
That's what I want to hear.
Yep. So definitely there's another option is to create my own job, definitely start up my own business. It's difficult because the entrepreneurship, because if you want to start up your own business, you need more money, and you also need people to guide around you, because this job it's not permanent. One day you'll get a lot of sales, and then the another day your sales will automatically drop. So there's no certainty in doing own business, but definitely this is one of the way where we can actually survive.
All right. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Ravina, for responding on behalf of your group. Okay, group 9. Okay, group 9, all right, for you. All right, change in all aspects of life seems inevitable during this pandemic COVID-19 period right now. So, but change is pain. Yeah, even though it is inevitable, but it is pain. Change is pain, and but it is a reality that we have to face in our life nowadays. So, attempts to bring about changes at all levels, be it at individuals, at organizational, at community, or even at national level, they are always hindered by resistance. Okay, so if you are a policymaker, okay, how to overcome this resistance and implement changes? All right, quick answer, quick response from a representative.
Sir, I will try to answer the question.
Yes, I did.
All right. About the policymaker, how we adapt in this situation right now, right?
Yes.
All right. The thing is now, of course, you say change is inevitable. However, it is our choice to adapt it or not. But in this situation, it's like it's forced us to adapt right now. It's not our fault COVID-19 occur in our world right now. But if I'm the policy maker, if I want to create the policy, I will create the policy. It's not to drastically change, it's
Okay.
slow and slowly. That's the answer.
All right. Okay, gradual change.
Gradual change. Can you elaborate the question about the gradual change?
No, you say that you will bring about changes slowly, not so dramatically. All right. So this is what we meant by a gradual change. So your answer to my question is bring about a gradual change so that you will not face so much resistance. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. So my last question to every group. One, we maybe can start with you, Adil, to represent your group. Okay. My last question to every group. All right. Okay. What is the main silver linings behind all this pandemic COVID-19 fiasco?
I think 1 minute for each group, right?
Yes, 1 minute for each group. Yeah, that is my final question. I repeat my question. What is the silver linings behind all this pandemic COVID-19 fiasco from your own perspective?
Group 7.
I think it teaches that we need to adapt on the changes. I mean, it's like the situation between the cases between Malaysia and Indonesia is quite different, right? The cases, and then it means like the situation is different. So that's why they have like to adapt to the changes of the new life, and the old life to a new, better life. Is it with the mix of what combined with the technology and the old school way? Okay.
All right. Thank you. Group 7. Okay. Group 8.
Thank you, Doctor.
Yes.
It's a new revelation. It's a new dynamic revelation. Right now, it has not only impact on our education. This new era has made us to think fully and adopt the new things, because if we want to change it, so it might couldn't be possible. So it has changed dramatically. That's now right now we have to think that how can we create the jobs, how can we make ourselves to live in hygiene way. So it's a totally new, I will say, revelation in our life. So we should follow with that, and we should look forward to that. How can we make our life more better? Thank you.
All right. Okay. Thank you. All right. And finally, group 9.
All right. The silver lining in this situation is that you say this pandemic has affected us in negative ways. However, to me, it can teach us how to be disciplined, how to take care about our health, how to make sure our hygiene is more take care of, and about the studying, it's more like what's it called? Now about the education, the studying is teach us how to learn online, so we can focus in the class. That's the silver lining.
Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you. All right. Thank you all for your cooperation, and thank you all for your feedback. Okay. So I hand over to the chairman. Thank you from me.
Thank you, Muhammad Safiza Abdullah.
Yeah.
For such quite critical thinking questions, and congratulations to the presenters, because you can keep up with the challenge, I think. All right, let's move to the next reviewer. So I would like to call upon Mr. Marvindra Ramadhani, reviewer number 6 from ITS. So please welcome Mr. Marvindra.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for the opportunity, Jackson. My sound is clear enough?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mr.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, yes, loud and clear.
Okay, thank you for the feedback. Okay, for the group 7, I have a question. You already explained about the Sarwa Palaka. That's really amazing application, I think. Okay, first is what do you think about the online class for the next semester? I mean, students prefer online or offline class? And the second question is, who makes the application? When the application launch in the Play Store or App Store, maybe? That's the question for group 7. And group 8, maybe you can take a note for my question. In your PowerPoint, you say that you have a recommendation for online class. Wait a second. For online class, immediate feedback, active chat box, small group discussion. You have 3 points for recommendation at online class. I need your explanation about how about if the video always on. It means that uh, it feels like we face to face, like we on the class, and we there is a teacher and students. And then there in your PowerPoint there is a lot of people lost their job. I need your analyze what should they do for the fresh graduate right now. That's the question for group 8. And group 9 about website innovation. Because the C19 or COVID-19, so we have to make the online class. Okay, wait a second. Okay, you say that hire professional application creator and hire admin. What the qualification for this job? And then the second question is, you already explained about the strength of the website innovation. You already show in your PPT, but I need what the weakness of this program. That's my question. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Babindra Ramadhani from ITS. Okay, we proceed with group 7 with the answer. Group 7. Anyone from group 7? Group 7? Yeah, oh yeah, okay, okay, Hans.
I'll answer for who will make this application. As much as possible, this application is made with cooperation between students and lecturers. I think that current campus students are able to work together on this project. Let's say, for example, ITS can invite students to participate in making Raisa robot. So I think students nowadays have enough human resources. Thank you.
Thank you, Hans Dimitri.
Okay,
So
sir.
for the second question,
The first question, you ask which is student preferring to, is it online learning or offline learning? Actually, we have conducted the questionnaire to the student of ITS and UniMAP. We're asking them which one did we prefer, is it online learning or blended learning? So they actually choosing the blended learning instead of online learning. But it's only a small sample, the questionnaire. It only consists of 60 students of both ITS on and UniMAP. So for further precisions of the preference, student preference, we could maybe us to another big sample of the students. Thank you.
Thank you. Right now, I want to talk from Group A. So, thank you, Mr. Mavindra, for asking question. You asked actually basically 3 questions for us in Group A. One is online class. Our recommendation on online class. So, our recommendation on online class. We prefer to be on online class. Of course, we sometimes want blended learning for the sake of lab and other practical stuff. But for online classes, it's very easier for students as well as for lecturer, and it's time saving. But the thing, we have to make it more active, more preferable, that it's working on the student, because sometimes we just open the video and we couldn't respond to the class, then it's not that effective. So we are trying to make it effective by using online classes. And the second question is, should we use video on? Yes, we should use video on, and our way of learning should be changed right now, because the traditional way we start our class with some sort of lecture slides to explain about the things, and then we start. So right now we can take it a bit further. We could prepare ourselves first on reading through the slides and get some idea on those things, and then we could discuss in our classes. We could discuss in our classes on practical basis, like problem statement, and then we try to discuss how we're going to solve it, and that's all. So that's how we can interact with students and teacher with each other. And the third question, the situation of the graduates right now. At this point, the situation of the graduates are very frustrating, I have to say, because there are less opportunities open due to this new revelation. I would say revelation instead of new norms, because it's going to happen. If it didn't happen right now, it might be happening in future. So right now we are lucky to have this situation to think about how to create job and how to be independent, and how to serve our nation and make the world better. Yeah, this is the situation graduates should think on, and yeah, they're facing right now a job problem to find out. So I would suggest, me myself haven't graduated yet, but I would suggest don't think about only the job, seeking for job. Just try to try to approach your new ideas and stuck with it. You might be successful. Thank you. If anyone wants to add from my group.
Yeah, I want to add. For the first is online class with the open video. I think it's a good idea, but maybe some students with open video, they can do other activities like opening social media or etc. They don't focus to the lecturer. So maybe we can make a new recommendation like active chat box and breakout room in order to make they are more active and they can understand the course. Yeah, that's all.
I think that's all from
Thank
Group A, right?
you, Islam.
So can we proceed with Group 9?
Okay, go to the Group 9.
Group 9.
Okay, I'm Yuda. I will answer about the question from Mr. Mavindra. Okay, for the first question, the people who can propose to become the admin and application developer is people that have a good knowledge in programming, web development, and also database management. And they give us about the portfolio about the website and program that have been made by herself. And we can also hire a student who is interested to make a website, so we don't need to spend much money. We can also offer it to the student in this final project, so we cannot save much money. And about the second question about the weakness of this program, the weakness is about the internet because the student in rural area that don't have a good internet will be hard to access this website. And because it is a new website, so it will have a ton of bugs. And I think it is all. Thank you.
All right. Is it okay, Dr. Mavina, Mr. Mavina?
Yes, thank you, Yuda. Thank you for the committee.
It's okay. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Mavindra Mandani from ITS for the questions. I think we will proceed with the next agenda. It's already 1 o'clock, 1:03. So the next agenda is the questions and answer from the audience, by the audiences. So Dr. Atta from Center for International Engagement of UniMAP will help me with this session. So I will hand over to Dr. Atta now. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Mr. Kyrie has been doing a very great job today. I think everyone will agree with it, right? So yes, thank you so much to all reviewers and the students. I think all the questions and the answer given by both panels and the students are very, very interesting. And I think it's not, the whole purpose is to have intriguing discussion, right? And I think it is definitely achieved. So to move on, it would be fair if we would be able to post some question that was given by the audiences. So overall, we have received 8 questions, but due to time constraint, we are going to limit some questions. But still, we're trying to give each group 2 questions to answer. So those questions which are not picked, I'm so sorry. We will have to focus on some of the best questions that was posted by the audiences. Now, without further ado, so the first question comes from Putro Shifa Kairani from ITS. So this question is posted for group 7. So for group 7, hello and thank you for the presentation. If not mistaken, Shawa Palaka apps has a feature for health consultation. I'm just curious on how do you plan to implement this? And to what extent is it just for those has minor symptoms or is it a real-time consultation? Who will respond to the users? Is it doctor or experts? Hihi, thank you again. Right. So in order to limit, in order to get the answer and to have all 6 questions asked to all the students, we will limit only 1 minute per questions. So group 7, you have 1 minute starting from now.
Okay, I'll answer it. So we will provide several stages. The first is to conduct online consultations with campus health authorities. For example, at ITS, we have a medical center. If these symptoms are really serious, then he will be referred to the nearest hospital.
All right. So it will be directed to the hospital, right? So who is going to respond to the user then?
For example, like medical center itself, it has some doctors that will communicate with the users.
All right. So it happens in the real time as well, yes?
Yeah.
All right.
For the first stage.
All right, sure. Thank you so much. So for the next question, all right. All right. For the next question is for group 8. So this question is from Miss Nang Alia from UniMAP. So the question sounds like this. Hello, this question is for group 8. Can you please describe for PPE sterilizer of your novel idea? What is the methods of using it? And what is the price of one of the machines? Group 8, any takers?
Yes.
All right, please.
Actually, PPE sterilizer using electrohydrodynamic high voltage electrical field method. So it is quicker, better result, and affordable price. And also, no, it is still in prototype, and we will scale up to the prototype to product from prototype to product ready and test it for virus sterilization. And for the price for PPE sterilization, it's around 2 million rupiah, 2,000,000 rupiah. It is different like autoclave in the market. There is autoclave, but it's different method, and autoclave it's around 30 million rupiah, and our novel ideas only 20 million thousand rupiah.
All right.
20 million rupiah, sorry.
All right, right. Thank you. Thank you so much from group 8. So it will cost 20 million, sorry, 2 million per unit, yes? All right. So next we move on to the next question. The next question comes from Nyoman 3, Sendiana. So this question is for group 9. So the question sounds like this. Thank you very much for all 3 groups for the presentation. I would like to ask group 9 how to encourage lecturers, staff, and students to use the website. What if they are too comfortable with the current situation and are hesitant to switch to a new platform? So any takers from the group 9?
Okay, thank you. So the problem we have now is the ineffective way which we have to use this one website and then the other website, and then also some personal chat. We want to solve that problem, which will benefit the stakeholder, which is the lecturer, staff, and students. So I think when they know what's the benefit of this website, they will choose this website better than the previous way they used to communicate with each other. We also will provide with guidance book, and then we will also apply the merit-dismerit system. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Group 9. I think it's all about motivation and encouragement that could be provided to the stakeholders. Yeah. All right, so thank you so much, Group 9. Now we go back to Group 7. All right, Group 7, get ready. Yeah. Now, this next question comes from Pramudia Tiandana Vishnu Gautama from ITS. The question sounds like I would like to give question for Group 7. Sawapalaka is using GPS to locate the position of the students. Using GPS, of course, need proper connection and providing access to locate all students precisely, and it needs great capabilities of the server itself. Is there any idea to overcome the limitation, like the students' connection and server capabilities? Group 7? Anyone from Group 7?
Okay.
All right. Thank you for the question. But can you hear?
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
Excuse me, are you still there? Hello?
Hello?
Yes, yes. Ashikin,
All right.
yes? All right.
Oh, yes, that's me.
Yes, carry on, yes.
Actually, it's the university to provide the service such as Wi-Fi. So we only recommended the apps to use for them to use.
Hello? Yeah.
Hello?
Yes, Ashikin, is that all?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, that's all.
All right, all right. Thank you so much, Ashikin. So next will be, let's see, next question will be Group 8. It came from Gedi Gosalis Sunu Gosha from ITS. So the question sounds like this. Hello, these questions is for, these questions are for Group 8. From a previous presentation, you guys mentioned about emotional intelligence, which is one of the soft skills that we can develop during this COVID-19 pandemic. My questions are, what is emotional intelligence? What are the examples? What is the best way that you can do to develop the personal emotion intelligence during this pandemic's time? Thank you. So Group 8.
Okay, thank you for the question. So I will be explaining about what is emotional intelligence. So first of all, it is the ability to have awareness of and manage your feelings. Additionally, it involves emotional intelligence, using your emotions to plan and meet your goals. And what is the examples of emotional intelligence? There are a few. One of them are knowing your own emotions, managing emotions, self-motivation, or handling relationships. And next is the best way that we can develop our personal emotional intelligence during this COVID-19 is that you can improve your self-management. You're able to control impulsive feelings and behaviors, manage your emotions in a healthy way, always take initiative, follow through on commitments, and adapt to any changes. And then you can also you can improve your self-awareness. You recognize your own emotions and how they affect your thoughts and behavior, you know, your strengths and weaknesses, and you can improve yourself. And by that, you can have self-confidence.
All right.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Group 8. Next, we go to the next questions from North City Aisha Ahmad through UniMAP. The question sounds like, hi, great presentation from all groups. I would like to ask Group 9. I would like to ask Ideal Hanafi, as he mentioned about policy. Can I ask about the consequences if I don't follow the policy? Thanks. So this question is specifically directed to Ideal Hanafi from Group 9. So Ideal Hanafi, Group 9.
Yes, thank you.
Right, the mic is yours.
All right. For Siti Aisha Ahmad. All right. Before I answer the question, I would like to share you one example that related to the answer. You know, before this, Malaysia almost have third wave of the COVID-19 because of the cluster Sivaganga. You know, it is about they don't follow the policy. They do not follow the standard of procedure. They open their restaurant while during the MCO or something like that. So that's why just what I want to say is if you don't follow the policy, it will affect not just one individual but affect one country. That's why now Malaysia we have almost have third wave because they do not follow the policy. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Idea Hanafi, for the quick and very precise questions. So I think, okay, so next we have another question. Since we have a little bit more time, so I will just might as well use all the questions, yeah? So yes, next question comes from Nadila Ayu Noyanti ITS. This question sounds like, hello, this question is for Group 8. You mentioned that one of the main concern of the novel idea is no impact on the students. I want to know more, how do you provide a solution for this situation? I mean, that what students must do to be able to have a good capacity even though the learning is carried out online. Thank you. Any takers from Group 8?
Yeah, so
Yep.
I'll answer the question.
Yes.
So one of the main concerns is there was no impact for students. So to overcome this, definitely we find it that we need to encourage more accountability. Maybe for the online learning app, we can actually schedule or send automated emails for those who has not logged in for quite some time, and also for those who have not completed their assignment or who have submitted late their assignments. And also encourage more mixed of content delivery methods, like lecturers by conducting not only lectures, they can actually be a storyteller as well, involve more case studies related to the topics so that students will understand better about the topics and also provide real life solutions. That's all. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Ravina, right? Yes, thank you so much, Ravina, for your answers. I think next will be the last question, last but not least, as you can see very long here. Again, it's from Pramudia Tanda Vishnu Gautama from ITS. So this question is for Group 9. And the question sounds like this. Is there any limitation for students which will use the features like lab booking and etc.? Because the easier it could be done, the more students who should not get access will choose to use that features. And my question to you said that your idea will use cloud services like Google Cloud. But as far as I know, using cloud services will give vulnerable access to the security like Italy faces with some cloud companies right now. And for some university, they have server to provide hosting for their website. Why don't use the campus server? Group 9?
Okay, thank you for the answer, for the question. Okay. uh, uh, Currently, we have decided about the server that we want to use because it is still prototype. But on the presentation, as we state that we use the Google Cloud. This is only for design and giving an opinion. So for the real, if the website is will develop after this, it will be honored to us to use the university server, which is can uh, can which we can save more money that we not spend much money for the for hire the outsider for the server. Then it also when we use the server university, we can protect the student privacy and information. I think I could answer your question. That's all for me.
All right, all right. Thank you so much. Just now was Ibnu, yeah, Ibnu Rabli. Thank you so much, Rani, and everyone else who have answered the questions. With that said, so we have finally come to the end of today's meeting. And next, I would like to call upon Associate Professor Dr. Tunku Saha, Tunku Ahmad, the Director for Center for International Engagement, CIE, UniMAP, to give a closing remarks. Then Tunku, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Dr. Azhar. Hello, everyone. Assalamualaikum and a very good afternoon to everyone. Thank you, Dr. Azhar. Can everyone hear me now? Okay, now we have come to the end of and I would like to take this opportunity to thank everyone for the well done job today in today's program. So, on behalf of the organizing committee from both universities, UniMAP and also ITS, I would like to take this opportunity to thank four groups actually. The first one is the Secretariat of Organizing Committee for the hard work and commitment that they have done and they have shown without proper planning.
Saya tahu, ada masalah.
Like what we are experiencing today. So we have, for your information, we have another meeting. I think the last meeting will be meeting 6, right? In next month.
Next week.
We will have a final meeting next week, inshallah. And secondly, I would like to say congratulations and thank you to all the participants for the courage that you have shown in today's program, the commitment, the courage. And also, I believe this program has, in a way, increased your soft skills, your communication skills, your language skills, your presentation skills, and also, I'm sure that you have actually done a very good teamwork among yourself, among the participants, and this is actually a very fruitful experience for all of you, the participants, and from this program, I believe you have gained a lot of valuable things, especially from the discussion part and also from the reviewers' comment. And thirdly, I would like to say thank you very much to the reviewers who have contributed a lot in giving comments and feedback, valuable comments and feedback to improve in many ways in terms of the knowledge, in terms of the soft skills, the critical thinking, and this is actually a very good program for our students, you know, to gain a lot of knowledge and experience So even though we cannot meet physically, this virtual mobility program has allowed us to meet online, and hopefully we hope that this pandemic will end soon so that we can meet physically later on, inshallah. And finally, and one more thing, the advantage that you have from this program is meeting new friends, right? You meet new friends, you make new friends. So these are a very good thing that you gain from this program, you know, meeting friends from different countries, not only from Indonesia and also from Malaysia, but I can see there are also participants from Bangladesh, right? And finally, I would like to take this opportunity to thank the audience who have been very loyal to be with us until the end of the program. And we hope that this program will be continued in the near future in our next program. And don't forget to meet us again in the final program in meeting 6 next week. And for sure, we will engage more programs in the future between ITS and UniMAP. And all of you are welcome to join our program again. Okay, with that, I thank you. And I wish every success to each and every one of you. And see you soon. Bye. Thank you.
Please mute. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much, Associate Professor Dr. Tunku Salha. Now, yes, it's come to the end of the program. So I would like to remind everyone that the attendance record link is now shared in the chat section. Can everyone please check? Please use the last link, as the previous link has some problems. We have actually rectified it. So please use the final link, the last link that was shared in the chat box. Now, please be reminded that all of the attendance must be done by 2:30 or before 2:30 Malaysian time today. It will be 1:30 in Indonesia time. So anyone later than that, we will not consider it as attendance for today. Now, with that said, I would like to invite everyone to switch on their video. As usual, we are going to take group photo in the new normal again. Right, so I'm just, let me just, okay, cancel my spotlight video. All right, enter the gallery view. All right, everyone get ready. So yeah, I have first page in front of me. I have two more person who haven't switched on the video. ITS Akira Noril Shafira. Akira, can you switch on the video? Yes, and of course, Dr. Lim. Yes, Dr. Lim, can you switch on the video? Okay, I see everyone here. All right, we have a few pages to go. So we go on the first page first, yeah? Okay, ready? So since you do not know which page you are on, so just keep smiling for 5 minutes. Thank you. All right, we have the first countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2. All right, we have got the first page done. Second page. All right, I see Pak Irfan, Pak Desi, Mr. Shafizal. Okay, Vivian is here. Dr. Faiz, you are driving. Wonderful. Wonderful. All right. Atika, Sri Atika from UniMAP. Yes. Oh, okay. Shafa. Okay. Adilatul. Latifa. Yes, you can see you. Shafa Salbil. Sorry. Shafa Salsabila. All right. Okay, ready, right? Another 5-second countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. All right. Okay, second page done. Okay, we have 5 pages. All right. So everyone take like 1 second to move your mouth a little bit. All right. Okay, third page. Okay, I see a lot of dark pages here. Probably it's very, very dark over that side. I don't know. Is it early? I don't know. It should be around 1:30 in Malaysia. But it's okay. Maybe you are in somewhere else, America probably. All right, Noreen, I see you. Yusri, Ramatul, I see you. The rest, I don't see anyone. Gilbert, Atika, Siti Halima. All right. Dicky, how about Dicky? Adam, Ritza. Okay, never mind. I will just take a photo then. All right, everyone get ready. 5, 4, 3, 2. All right. So now we go to page number 4. All right. I still see a lot of black colored, so never mind. I will just take photo. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. So yeah, thank you so much, everyone. So we have finished taking all the photos and everyone. So thank you so much for the participation for this week. I shall look forward for the next meeting on the next week. So for the rest of the group, please get ready and yeah, we will have another meeting next week. So all those who have joined us today, I invite you again to join us in our meeting 6 again. So we'll have more audience and more questions to ask if you want, right? So thank you so much. Yeah, for those, that's the end of our program. So for those who would like to stay back and chat with your other friends from different groups and what's all the audience, you may. Otherwise, those who would like to leave, you can leave at any time. All right. Thank you so much. All right. Selamat tengah hari from Malaysia. Take care. Bye bye.
Bye bye everyone. Thank you.
Bye. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and goodbye.
Bye.